most of it's been from matches. But I need to like get in the lab. I haven't like labbed anybody except for Chip, really. But I don't really see no differences for Chip really. His combos feel a little bit easier to do while you're in the air, for
Yeah,
sure.
same thing with me.
Mhm.
Input is actually a little easier for some reason. Like I'm noticing, like uh, I don't know if they gotten like low key gotten rid of like the delay or whatever.
Mhm.
I'm starting to notice a little bit, little bit. There's some
Nipple.
little differences. Um, Played around with House yesterday. Um, I think one of the things I gotta learn how to do, just based off of the combos that he has, or whatever the case is whatever his potential is. You just flat out have to. You just gotta like rush. You gotta like. I mean, obviously you can't rush it down. I was like listening to some things um on what to do for fighting games in general, and I realized, man, like you can't delay. You know what I mean? You can't delay with your thoughts. Like you can't have a second guess. You know what I mean? I think there was a Japanese saying like if you think you're dead, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You gotta be in the now for sure. You can't that could be mean you're deaf, you know what I'm saying? Just like in real life, like a real fight, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta be feeling it. You gotta feel it.
Yeah. You gotta almost get into a zone. It's good to think and have a game plan, and then once you have that game plan in your muscle memory, then you're good. But
Oh, wait,
sitting
you
there
got a
thinking,
camera on? Wait a minute.
yeah, nigga,
I didn't know
you
you
see
gonna do
me?
that. Yeah, yeah. I didn't know. I usually have to put my big ass
I fuck,
ugly face first. There we go.
I fuck your setup up and shit.
All
Yeah,
right,
I'm gonna
cool.
try to go camera every day. You see shit been here, I just been lazy.
What's this? Like I told you before, fucking a lot of people they don't really want to do that. Oh, it's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop
7
top.
on the dot.
You knew
I'm
I was
in the
gonna. You
top.
already knew. You already knew I was gonna go there. Yo, what's good, everyone? This is the no.
You know
Look at this
me.
nigga.
I'm the background music. Nikki go. I
We
pull
wait.
up,
You was in the back.
anticipated.
What ad lib was this? Was this ad lib? You ain't helping. um, Welcome to the No Filter Podcast for this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There has been a lot of weight on my mind lately, and I wasn't going to give it to Nintendo about their practices with the $60 games. And we'll talk about that's one of the subjects. I wasn't going to give it to them. But then I woke up, I don't know if it was yesterday morning or this morning. I think it was yesterday. And that bitch said that they raised the price for their Nintendo online system to 60 fucking dollars.
Say
And then I
what?
thought about, yeah. And then I thought about it. I was like, that's why Kotaku was saying that pirate this bitch. Who do you think you are? More importantly, Nintendo, more importantly, guys, it, across the board, we're going to get into everybody. You guys need to stop the corporate cap, man. You guys are letting all these motherfuckers get away with it. See, I can't say that about Black right here. I can't say that shit. That nigga was through and through. Did not, he was like, I ain't letting Sony get away with it.
Oh God.
Until he got that 60 frames per second patch for Horizon Zero Dawn, and then this bitch ass never played it. But that is another topic. He fought for that 60 frames that he never was going to use anyway, but he fought for it. And that's cool. That's how you got to do these fucking things. There's an argument that is like, stay the fuck out of my business. If I want to pay $400 for a 25-year-old game, let me do that shit, right? See, we'll get into that. The next topic is going to lighten the mood a little bit, and that is the heyday of each console. Like, what do you think started not the birth of the console, but like the birth of its its status. What birthed the status for the three console giants that we have today? And then we're going to end it off on talking about these fucking games, these values. That's what we're going to talk about. These games. We're going to get into. It's kind of like the addressing of the corporate cap, but we're going to get into the nuts and bolts of this bitch. So, without further ado, welcome, my friend, Magnificent Black.
Go with your brother.
I saw you was enjoying the festivities of Guilty Gear Strive. You heard us talk about this in the beginning.
Indeed. I'm getting into it. I haven't it's some real surface level right now, but definitely I'm probably gonna hop into that tonight. I know I got to fight tonight. I got a Tekken challenge, so I gotta address that. You know what I'm saying?
What's
his name? Dude named Jay. Jay got him. He on Twitter. He called me out again, so I gotta meet the challenge. I can't.
You gotta beat me first before you beat anyone else.
Pause, nigga. Oh, hey yo,
hey fucking yo.
Hey, but
no, I'm playing. I ran away. I ain't gonna lie. I got that one W and ran. What's it? Now, what was it? No, it wasn't Tekken. That was Soul Calibur. That was Soul Calibur. I got that W and got the fuck out of there, man. I was like, nope. You know what I noticed about fighting games? This is what I noticed about fighting games. It is one hell of a way to humble your ass. Learn some humility. How you say that shit again?
Humility or
say that one more time.
Is it humility? Humility? Is it humility?
Humility. No, that's fucking when it's hot.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about learn to
humility. It's no D.
Yeah, humility.
Yeah, for sure.
So learn that, whatever that shit is. You know, my nigga lips can't curve and move like that. Like them white folks without no lips, they don't have to move all this flesh.
You gotta calm down and break it down in syllables. I know that.
Shit, man, I'm a fucking lip cramp.
Yeah, put your neck.
What's that picture? What's that picture you say? What the fuck on Twitter? Ooh. Why they did that statue like that? Ooh. That's all I heard. I hear the note. When I look at them, I hear the note and everything. It's not a generic note. It sounds like ooh. That's what it sounds like.
I think they say like a picture's worth 1,000 words. Like sometimes those still memes be better than the movie memes. So I ain't gonna lie.
For real. Well, you know what? No, you said sometime, but that one time where he'd be like, loved it.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, that one needed. Yeah, that one.
I felt that passion. I said, I got it.
He had the stinky face when he said, I loved it.
Loved it.
Stinky face.
But yeah, when you play a fighting game, you got learn some humility. That's what it does. I know a lot of people are afraid to get beat, but that's how you learn. It's you got to relax, you got to step back, you got to put yourself on the back burner, and you got to sit down and learn. People like I know Ken the designer, bro. He was like, I don't like Kill Bill. Kill Bill is such a terrible movie. And I'm like, there's a lot of lessons to be learned. Not to say that you want to be preached to, but there's a lot of lessons to be learned in Kill Bill. Like in the second one, she had to learn some humility. When she went to see that sensei, he beat the shit out of her. She couldn't eat rice. She tried to eat that shit with her hands. He fucked her ass up. Damn right. And sometimes you gotta do that. And that's one of the things. So now I'm really getting into it. I'm learning about plus and minus. You know what I'm saying? LGBTQ.
I seen that video you sent me, bro. I was like, okay, now he's interested in the concepts. I'll say, all right, you're gonna be straight after this.
I mean, I know you know about it. It's just funny to listen to. This nigga was stupid. He was like, "This is a whiff." Well, not whiff. Whiff. He was like, "Whiff." When they did it. Whiff. I said, "This nigga."
Whiff punish.
Nah, that's all I wanted you to see, y'all. I should have me in tears, y'all. Anyway, so we're gonna get this topic started. So stop the cap. Stop the corporate cap, yo. I'm tired of these people. People be acting like these companies are like they're related to these fucking companies. Don't you talk about that shit? That's my mom, King Push. It was the shit, man. Man, it's everybody. I know someone else that didn't like Kill Bill, man. They were like, "Oh, the stunts were
God.
terrible. The stunts was terrible." Nigga, it's not about the stunts, nigga.
What up, Push? How you doing, brother?
It's fucking fluff. It's not about the stunts. It's about the whole interaction, man. It was a ridiculous movie. People took that movie way too seriously. Fucking Beatrice threw a fucking axe and this nigga slid across the fucking room. Yo, that is not real martial arts. Stop it. You know, I'm pretty sure Quentin was like, I mean, I thought you guys look. It's ridiculous. All this blood squirting. You don't do that.
You watch the Tarantino movies for the ridiculousness, man. And
That's what it is.
He hit all the notes from like the memes from when we make fun of the old kung fu movies that we used to enjoy. He was paying homage to those movies.
I don't
Kill Bill.
I see. I don't.
Flick of the beard and all that shit.
Yeah, he was like.
That's it was a meme. He was like paying homage or even making fun of the old movies that we used to enjoy. Like
that's what I was like. Word, nigga, word. That's how y'all feel. I was like, you missed the whole like. When was the last time you seen the Quentin Tarantino movie? And at first I was like, this nigga Ken Yellow. This nigga like 4 years old and shit. He don't remember that shit. But then
you get to watch all those kung fu flicks, man. We used to watch, man.
Well, then he still likes Drake. So, but I had another friend that. Oh, that nigga in there. I had another friend he's my age. He's 36. He thinks the same way. Oh, that's a corny movie. You can see the stunt doubles. I'm like, this nigga. Anyway, we're gonna have it.
On purpose though. The stunt doubles was there on purpose. Come on, man.
Yeah, I was like, man.
I didn't know that.
Acting stupid as shit, man. Go over there and sit down. Go over there and sit down. But yeah. So we're gonna address all three of these companies and their fucking cap. And I'm not going to get into Nintendo just yet. I'm going to start off with Sony, actually, because ain't nobody's safe. Listen. There's a lot of cap with Sony too, yo. Not everything Sony makes is great. You know what I'm saying? I did not like that $70 price hike for those games at all.
You wasn't feeling that?
I wasn't feeling that shit at all, yo. I had to deal with it because it's a reality. You know what I'm saying? I still don't like that shit. I'm still not going to. You gotta support your team. Just how you think you gonna get these games? I can still be pissed. Can I be pissed? You can't be pissed with your significant other and still love her or him or it. No.
You ain't supposed to be feeling that way about no corporation.
You get the feelings. They be swimming in feelings. Swimming in feelings. I'm like, yo, y'all doing too much. They do. They be really getting into. They really be like, yo, listen. I said this shit before. I'll say it again, yo. They are nothing more than a manufacturer. And yes, I may like the stuff that they have, and if it's good, if it's what is it, Goose? What is it again? The fuck? What R&B singer or R&B pop group said that shit in the 70s? What was it? What's good for the goose is good for the gander or some shit like that.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
You know what I mean? That's probably not the right saying, but fuck it. Who cares? But that's how I feel, man. Like, if it's a good game, then I'm going to buy it. If it's a shitty game, I'm not going to buy it. You're not going to get my money. I don't give a fuck who you are. Listen, my own second cousin she bakes. She's like, oh, I want to do my new business and shit like that. Yo, you want to try my cookies? I was like, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I ate them cookies. This shit was nasty. You want some more? No, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. Don't worry about it. I'm watching my figure, yo. Damn, I'm in the gym and shit like that. I don't give a fuck you family. If you could be my damn mom, yo. You want these cookies, baby?
You should tell her them shits was wax. So
she have taste buds. She knew what the fuck she was putting in that bowl.
You gotta be
no.
You gotta be honest. Like, listen, cuz.
No, I listen.
Listen, man, you need to put some more salt on these shits, man.
No, I'm not a cook. You know, I'm not a cook. I don't know what she should put in.
But I
don't know what the fuck. I don't know what she's putting in there. I have taste buds. I don't know what to tell her as a constructive criticism. What I'm supposed to be there, go back to the drawing board, and she could be like, so
this shit ain't good. You can tell her that. Hey,
but you know how people are nowadays. I mean, it's not good to you, boo. It ain't good to you, boo. But I got people. Okay, fine then, bitch. I don't want it. How about that?
Hell no, with the point. Hell no, bro.
I don't got time for that shit. You do it then. The fuck? You know what I mean? You go. I know I don't want the cookies. I can't. You know, the taste is subjective. But I wasn't going to buy it because my point was black. I didn't want the shits. They weren't good to my taste buds, so she can get my money. Find somebody else in fucking Germantown, PA to collect that shit. Yo, I didn't want it. Mm-mm.
Man, she try to charge you too for the nasty.
And I'm fucking family. Can I get a discount? Nah, fam.
No free samples.
No, she gave me that sample. She tried to be slick. When it was what do you call it? It was a holiday and shit. Oh, hey guys, I bought some cookies. Girl, you didn't know. I didn't know you know how to cook stew. I got my Martha Stewart on and shit like that. I'm like, cool. I like oatmeal raisin. Okay. She almost broke my fucking tooth. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope.
Tough ass cookie, nigga.
I fucking try to put it. It's that same cookie from the fucking Matrix. You remember that shit? She told Neil, yeah, take a cookie. That motherfucker bit that shit. It just said snap. I said, damn. Nigga, your teeth good.
Damn. Them ginger snaps.
No, hell no.
Used to have.
I need milk with that shit. I'd soak that shit before. You know, it's a damn shame you gotta soak them damn cookies before you eat them.
It was just be going stale fast as fuck, bro.
Nah. Even if it wasn't stale, the fresher that shit is, the harder that fucking cookie is, yo. Listen,
it should be hitting though.
Like I can finally consume. I'll be like, I finally can consume these bitches without fucking up my teeth, man. Yo, Devil Shooter was good, man. Tired of breaking my damn teeth. Shit. What is it? Oh, chilling. Oh, okay. I can't. I'm just gonna call you Kelly. What's going on, Kelly? There's too much going on. I don't want to misrepresentate your name and shit. Call you Musty or some shit. I can't read tonight. But Kelly was good. We are talking about stop the corporate cap tonight. And I'm going to go through all three of these fucking companies. And the thing that we were talking about before we got on to cookies and shit is not feeling the price hike for the PlayStation, not feeling the PlayStation games, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling the offerings for PlayStation Plus. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling some of the offerings for the games. I'm not feeling the social justice that they keep inserting in these fucking games. I'm not feeling it, period. Get mad at me. I don't give a fuck anymore, man. Because niggas be trying to cancel people for anything anyway. I'm just going to say what the fuck I want to say. I'm not feeling it, man. I'm not feeling it. You know what I mean? You can't be. It's really the social justice that they do in their games. I'm not feeling. Even in Horizon. You know what I'm saying? You know, you keep putting me down, yo. I got a fucking penis in between my legs, yo. I'm tired of you getting mad at me saying I should be hard. I should feel bad about being born and shit. The fuck? Tired of that shit. We're better than you. Build a fucking bridge. Anyway, so that's one of my problems that I have with places. What about you, Black? This nigga cracking up. I can't even hear. That nigga muted himself. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you when you talk. When you laugh, I can hear shit. I didn't see you cheesing.
Yeah.
Your room, so your environment is so damn dark. I just see the reflections and teeth.
Yeah. Straight teeth, nigga. Too damn black. Too goddamn.
That's your fucking room. I can't see shit or whatever it is.
I have some better lighting.
I think what I'm going to do is get a PS5 and then start saving for a P. No, nigga, that don't make no damn sense. Look at the Devil Shooter. I'm going to buy a PS5 and then start saving for a PC. Get a PC. How about that? You they still win.
Let that man do what he do, bro. What? So he against the move to PC.
He is.
Shooter, right? Okay.
It is inevitable. He gonna say I'm gonna get the PS5 and then I'm gonna go out and get a PC so I can make a don't buy it don't buy it in Simple. I didn't. That was my point. The whole conversation, Devil Shooter, is the corporate cap is what's going on. I'm not, because I prefer PlayStation stuff, going to be buying shit that I don't want. There's a threshold and tolerance. Like when you push me over that fucking tolerance, then you got a fucking problem. You know what I mean? Then you fuck me. Then that's it. I'm done. So that's how I look at it. But yeah, what about you? How do you feel about PlayStation in general in terms of, what's the cap that you can see with PlayStation? Let me ask you that question.
Oh man, I can tell you some problems I got with PlayStation. Um,
Okay.
their refund policy, I think it needs to be more in line with what Steam is doing, which is why I own a PC. I haven't really, I've started buying games on PC, but it hasn't been a lot. You know what I'm saying? I probably got 10 at most, but a lot of them were on sale. Um, I got a couple of gripes with PlayStation, but it's more like things that they can improve upon, really more than. Oh shit! When it comes to the social justice shit you were saying, I was really, 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 really not liking what they did to my boy Mr. Zircon and Ratchet and Clank, dog. And you'll see me eat to this day, bro. I probably got like a post last week
No,
hitting them
but you
niggas
know
up.
what?
Oh,
But you know what though? I'm gonna say this,
yeah,
right? Since you talked about this, notice
mhm.
how I think they see the fucking pushback. Oh yeah, I see you. Yo, you getting hood as shit, devil shooter. Hold up. Don't forget you in Alabama now. Shit.
Who
Corporate
got it?
Cat proceeds to tell me to get a PC. Is Sony winning? I don't understand your question. I'm talking about any corporate cap. I don't like PC. That's what it is. But anyway, going based off of what you were saying, right? You notice how I think they got a little bit of pushback, like sales wise or something, where they ain't promoting Rivet and Clit that much anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You see that they're showing Ratchet, right, and Clank, and then they showed Mr. Zircon, and then they did little memes in there. They knew what they did. You feel me? They knew what they did. But continue though.
Yeah, man. I mean, that Mr. Zircon thing, man, I wasn't feeling that, bro. And I started noticing all of the shit you was talking about, dog. You know, you was talking about the social justice shit and a lot of the censorship shit. I just think they need to calm down on that. Get back to some of that PS3 flavor, you know what I'm saying, in terms of keeping this shit raw, you know what I'm saying? Like when I see my dog Cole come back for that new excuse me, for the new infamous game, I don't want no censored Cole, bro. You know what I'm saying? They need to keep the shit I want my shit to be raw, bro. Pause. You know what I'm saying? And we can't go against all the extra shit, bro. Like I know you don't like some of the themes that are being brought into some of the games. That's just life right now, bro. And these we can't control the artists. They're gonna do what they want. You know what I'm saying? But at
No,
the same
and
time,
I
I don't
get
want
it.
them
I
to
get it.
change existing characters. I hate when they change existing characters.
But I
Introduce your new characters. Don't fuck with the old characters, bro.
but I
Hate
get
that.
it though. I get it. So my whole situation, right? When you talk like this, this is the times, right? This is probably why Bayonetta 3 looks the way it is. It's not necessarily Nintendo because I think they got some pretty X-rated shit on the Switch anyway, right?
Yeah.
I think what's happening is that they're just trying to appease shareholders or trying to win some sort of warrior internet bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe is going on. People, it's like I say before, it's a dopamine hit every fucking time they get a like, and they misconstrued all those likes as we like you. We just like that you align with my ideology is what's happening here. Because the second you do something wrong, I'm out. If you're not a real fan or a supporter, the second you do something wrong, you're out. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you allow people to do stupid shit like this, then it's not going to go away anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? The same thing happened with Dave Chappelle. I'm pretty sure you've seen the special, whatever the case is. I won't go too much into it because this is a gaming podcast. I get it. But niggas are trying to cancel him, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because it's people want to they knew of his material, went there and expected him to do that so they can run and be the first person online to be offended by that shit. And it affects how the corporation thinks on what they should be putting out. Eventually, it will catch up to them when those numbers drop. I want the sales numbers for The Last of Us Part 2 tonight, Sony. Prove to me that shit was successful and it was worth it.
Yeah, that shit ain't gonna happen, dog. It's a wrap.
Don't show me no HBO special with some chick that don't look like Ellie at all. At all. There was a lot of cap going on with there too. Oh my god, she looks just like she came right out the game. No, she doesn't. Elliot Page in his current iteration looks more like Ellie than that Bella chick. Just saying. Put a wig on Elliot Page and keep it the fuck moving. That'd be Ellie right there. Just I'm trying to pick on what you I'm trying to look at what you doing and shit like that. The screen is small. I can't see.
It's horrible.
What you mean I'm horrible?
Oh,
Y'all
man.
niggas know that shit.
No,
Y'all
little
know,
girl, nigga.
little man, the type of shit that people told me when I was 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Oh, he got big ass lips. Oh, he got that nigger nose. Oh, his hair look fucked up. No one gave it.
You're gonna continue the hateful rhetoric and shit. You're gonna pass it on to the next generation.
I'm not passing it on. All I said is that she does not look like what do you call it? Ellie. That's all I said.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, they got the likeness from fucking Ellen Page anyway.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the new actress. I think
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I'm more worried about how her acting skills because I only seen her in the Game of Thrones. So she's pretty good, damn good in that. I just want to see her transition to Ellie.
The bottom line,
I think she gotta be good.
The bottom, no, because HBO, she had a show on HBO, and so did the dude, the Pascal dude. It was
easy. What you call had I think he got controlled. What's your boy name?
Neil Druckmann. He don't got that much. He don't got that much control. I already looked into that. It ain't that much.
Nah, he gotta be, man. He not the deer.
They finally was like, here, nigga, you get an episode. There you go. They gave him an episode. You produce that.
They only gave him one episode.
I swear to God.
That's capped.
I swear to God they did. They just gave him an episode. Here you go. And by the way, Devil Shooter, you said when you said you're getting a PC, Devil, Sony is still winning. I'm saying you wanted to stick it to Sony by getting a PC. I'm not going to do it. It didn't make sense for you to buy the PlayStation 5 and PC. I'm not talking about me doing it. I'm saying if you want to stick it to them, don't buy a PS5. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, go on. I'm sorry. My bad.
I good, man. I mean, that's really only my gripes that I can think of right now would just be the do a change of policy in terms of like being more consumer friendly.
They need that.
Because I don't want to they should make it to where like you can't spam trying to get refunds, but at the same time, if a game release broken, and I hate to do this, but Cyberpunk, for instance, you get a Cyberpunk situation, I need to be able to go in there and know that my purchase is safe because this game release broken and I'm able to get that refund. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little situation like that. But I ain't talking about like something, I don't like this game, let me get the refund. Nah. If the game broken, I should be able to get my refund, no questions fucking asked. You know what I'm saying? Well, it shouldn't be that. I don't like how they handled that situation. It took a little while for them to confirm it. They knew the shit was broken. You know what I'm saying? But they should handle that a little more smoothly.
They should have said that an hour or 30 minutes after the download is complete. If you don't like that game, you should be able to return that bitch.
It's something like Steam. You could play it for like a clean hour. It might be up to 5 hours or somewhere like that.
Even if if it's
up to 10 hours and got a refund.
That's and that's the thing. If we keep talking, and keep letting them know and stop with the fucking cap, they have to change it. You know what I mean? Also this fucking censoring shit that they're doing. I get that there's some regulations, but not, you know what I mean? The only regulation I remember when I was younger, Germany was the only time that you had like, you know what I'm saying? That there was some they had to color the blood purple or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now we got regulations here. You can't. She looks too pubescent. How? Because she don't you didn't make her eyes are big in Japan. For the anime. Like what? Did she ever say her age? Oh, it looks a little bit too risque. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're shutting down everything. Like what's her name on Devil May Cry? He put a fucking a fucking Michael Bay light in between the crack of her ass.
You talking about the dude from Naughty Dog that was talking about Ratchet, or the dude from Insomniac? Which
No, I'm
one?
talking about the Japanese gaming, the Japanese
Mhm.
games that get over here and it's being censored. Let me see
Okay,
here. Me getting the PC is more for
by
access to the
Sony.
whole game
By
at
Sony.
least.
This is. I want to make sure that we got the context. You talking about Sony and
Sony in
censorship?
general, still, yeah, there's
Okay.
censorship that we have, which I'm not sure what's going on with that. That's another cap thing. Oh, whoa, whoa, that's them. That's that company. That Sony know what they doing too. You know what I mean? The only thing censoring is the weeb shit. I don't know though, because this Nintendo seems to not have their problem. So how is it on Nintendo? That's why I'm saying it's probably, you know, a Sony thing more so than Nintendo. They're international too with the Switch. You know, they got over 80 million people and they releasing games that are like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, what is the why is the policy different with Sony? What's going on with that? You know what I mean? I could blow somebody's fucking brains out. I could slit somebody's fucking throat. But Lord forbid a depiction of somebody stabbing herself with a butter knife because it's a part of the storyline and you can't have that in the game. Let's put motor oil spewing out of it. Like shit like that.
Motorola.
You know what I mean? Oh, just because slow this down. Like the cap is outrageous. For the sake of this subject, I'm gonna go to Microsoft. This is another fucking point of contention with the cap, the strong fucking cap with Microsoft. Why are you guys fighting so fucking hard? And you know you are. Why are you fighting so fucking hard for Microsoft? Why? What was the last game that you played? We're not talking about revolutionary or anything like that. I'm just saying in general. What was the last game that you played that really gave validity to Xbox? When was that? Because the whole argument was there's games on PC. You definitely don't need a fucking console with that machine. You got the Windows fucking environment. The controller barely any fucking different. They give you like 30 of them a year. You know what I'm saying? And don't even add any features to the fucking controller. Just different ice cream and Sonic, and they're gonna have a Mario next, blue and red with an M in there for the share button. Like I don't know what they're doing. But the amazing amount of cap. Oh my god, you see that game? Oh, it's the best place to play. It can run 60 frames per second, 0.00001% more in the PlayStation. All those tools are really turning it up. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? In that one area, in that one corner, there's a shadow on the Xbox that is not on the PlayStation. That shit is the definitive place to play. It has 2 more grass blades 500 yards away than the PlayStation. That shit is the definitive play. That shit is so fucking annoying. And then you talk about Game Pass and services. You talk about services as if you can play it like the actual game. Because again, Game Pass is competing with Xbox Live. What games are you playing day and date that is profoundly that gives validity to Game Pass that you can't get with Xbox Live? What about you? What do you think the cap is going on for Xbox or Microsoft?
Just don't see. Like I hate to be the dead drum because we hear this shit every day. Like I
Until
just
people
feel
get
like
it.
people need to hold them more accountable. Hold them more accountable, bro. You know what type of games you like, and everything they put out, you act like you liking it. It's not fact. You just don't want to take an L, or you feel like you're a part of this team or this brotherhood or whatever the hell y'all got going on over there, and you feel like that you need the cap for every fucking thing they do, and you act like you like it. If you really like games, you want games, bro. At the end of the day, they
Period.
released the system without games, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that like this is what y'all like. Y'all used to I don't know, but the Xbox dudes that I used to console war with, them niggas used to like games, bruh. Say what you wanted about them, they still played they fucking games. This is different breed of motherfuckers over there now, bro. I can't call it, bro. I don't know what the fuck going on over there.
It's like
They didn't even drop a new. We were talking shit about the Halo Gears and Forza shit. They didn't even have none of those ready at launch. Even that was their status quo. They didn't even have those ready at launch. So they got less than what they were getting before at launch for a new fucking system, dog. That don't make any fucking sense, man. And nobody held these niggas accountable, dog. Nobody asking for a new Killer Instinct. Where the fuck is Killer Instinct? Y'all niggas ain't got a new studio for Killer Instinct? To this day, we still don't got no answer about a new Killer Instinct coming out. They got this fucking this roadmap till 2025. There's no information about a new Killer Instinct, bruh. And I know y'all niggas don't like fighting games, dog, but that's the reason why some niggas went and got an Xbox. That's the reason why I got an Xbox. There's plenty other niggas who ain't got an Xbox because of those games that you couldn't play anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? So even if they're gonna be on PC, dog, where the fucking games at, bruh? And everybody keeps talking about these games that's coming down the line. We just found out about the one game that's still in fucking early production. It's been 3 years.
Avowed?
What's the Avowed? That game's in early production, dog. Stop capping for these niggas, man. Hit these niggas up. Y'all supposed to be friends with Mr. Phil Spencer. Y'all be in chat with him and shit. Hit this nigga up. Yo, bro, I need some games, bro. You cool and all, my nigga, but I need some games, bro. Like, the fuck, what have you done for me lately, nigga? Not a new controller that I have to buy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, instead of all that, put the game in the fuck. Yo, put some games in that bitch.
Some cases, it ain't even that they gotta buy the new controller, because they getting the new controller in the mail, and that's why they capping. Cut the fucking cap, nigga.
And you know what I'm saying? Just so that nigga with his thick ass neck and shit, he be like, yeah, well, here at Microsoft, we you know, we really want all the gamers to experience services and services, you know, and services. Like, where the fuck is the games, nigga? Like, I'm saying, it's ridiculous. It was so bad. Like, notice how the embarrassment for Halo. They didn't want to mention that shit, yo. They was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab a fucking plane. Since this is on Game Pass, I'm gonna fly as high as I fucking can go. So you can't see shit but clouds. And then take a picture of that shit and upload it and turn it off. Halo was so bad, the reception, this whatever fleet or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
If you haven't played Fleet, a lot of it was AI. They were AI, because nobody was playing it. These Xbox niggas don't play shit. Not even Halo. Not even their flagship game. So let me see here. Let me go to the thing. Okay. Okay, because they want Game Pass to be success. And for the PC guys, they want Microsoft to push everything to PC, unless it's Nintendo, but they don't push what to PC. The PlayStation 5 plus PC is the best combo, and Xbox isn't needed. It's not. At least we're getting at least Sony you get it first. You know what I mean? Just like when you go to a movie theater, you see the movie first. So you waiting, you know, so you waiting for 6 months before it comes out on whatever streaming service or whatever the case is. You buy the console, it has features, your ecosystem is in there. Like, there's reasons for people to actually buy a PlayStation 5. And for the Xbox, it was already like no one really fucks with the game. What is it in? The gamer score anymore. They don't even care about that shit anymore. You know? And that's the thing, like, your flagship game, Cortanda's built into fucking Windows. They even had like Master Chief built in, like his face was built into the fucking heat sink of these consoles. So you could tell that Microsoft thought a lot about this. And you guys don't even fucking play it. And the people that played it was capping hardcore. Oh my god, it's so good. This shit was fucking glitchy. Oh, it was glitchy as shit. And we're not talking about the gameplay stuff. It was just fucking glitchy. Flat out. You know? So what you're left with is fucking services. All you're left with is services. And for Game Pass, it's like, okay, so you got these games, right? And a lot of those games are not day and date that they said it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? They said it was going to be day and date. It's not. We're not talking about early access games. We're talking about AAA games that you fucking promised. That you said that you bought all them fucking studios for nothing. I'm supposed to have faith in you when those studios were not producing well in the first place. What are you going to do? Like, people wanted them to be bought out so they can get the budget to make the games that they claimed they were going to make. And they haven't even put things out. Anything left to say about this Microsoft capping?
Nah, man, just keep it 100. If y'all niggas really about the games, man, ask for the games, because I don't just want to play the titles. I want titles from everywhere, man. If you're a real gamer, you want games in general, bruh. I want Xbox to be putting out bangers the same way PlayStation is putting out bangers, and I want Xbox to push PlayStation. I want Nintendo to push PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to push everybody, dog, so that we can get the best game possible. So hold these niggas accountable, bruh. You know
Hold
what I'm saying?
them accountable. Hold them accountable because back in the day when
I
Nintendo,
quote unquote Xbox fans, but I'm starting to feel like some of the
everybody,
PlayStation guys are more Xbox fans than y'all. Cause we the only ones fucking ask for shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else feel all hunky dory about what's going on over there. That shit
yeah,
ain't cool.
y'all worry about the first L 1 frame a second more. You know what I'm saying? That's if it does it. You got to realize that on paper the PlayStation 5 is weaker, so it was already to be expected. That's not a W because your game can push out a frame more. That's not a fucking W. It's not a W for Game Pass. You got that shit on a condom box for a fucking. It came with the fucking condoms.
They doing that shit for real, bro.
At this point, I don't even.
Exaggeration, right?
At this point, I don't fucking know anymore. Tampax. Why you inserting that tampon? Insert this code so you can get this Game Pass. I don't fucking know. It's like you're not playing games. The games that they put on Game Pass is the same shit that you can get on Xbox Live. Like I don't, and they fall off of Xbox or Game Pass. I'm not understanding what's the the lore to this because you have yet to release a fucking game. The biggest game that they released this year was fucking the show. That was it. And now they have Forza out, and it's so bare bones. It's bare. It's a ball headed game. I don't know about that. I don't know. Forza is a ball headed game when you download it. There ain't nothing in there. They give you one car, and that's pretty much it. Or I'm exaggerating, but they don't give you that much. And you have to buy the rest. That's what they want Game Pass to be. An entry point for you to start buying microtransactions. This is what it really is. All these companies are doing that shit. Which leads me to Nintendo. This is where I really wanted to fucking talk about this bullshit. This is it. As Magnificent Black adequately put, start holding these motherfuckers accountable for their stupidity. Stop letting them do whatever the fuck they want to do. Because you know what I mean? You either say nothing about nobody, or you bitch about every fucking body when they wrong you. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's still no fucking voice chat, cross game chat. The messaging system is either non-existent or barely there. There's no trophy or gamer score on Nintendo at all. And yet you got to pay online for peer-to-peer, no less. And the games that they're giving you are 20 years old. Some of you niggas didn't even exist when this game came out. It's 2D. And yet you sit there, you eat up this slop, and you turn around and be like, why y'all paying $70 for fucking Returnal? Shut the fuck up. How about you do that? I can't believe it. They have raised their price from $20. Was it $20 a month, Black?
I think it's 50.
No,
But
no,
they
no,
got
no,
the
no.
family plan. They
No,
got a
no, no,
family
no, no. I'm
plan.
talking about beforehand. I'm talking about beforehand. How much was it before?
I'm not funny. I don't pay for that shit. Even though I got to switch, I don't
Do you
pay for
remember
it.
what it was at all?
I think it was like $15.
When I tried, Josh, you
It was cheap.
defended.
It was like $15 a year or some shit like that.
The reason Devil Shooter, the reason why I'm not defending it, I'm calling out poor logic. You going to PC, them
$4.
releasing their, huh?
No, it was something like $4 a month. It was something cheap, man. I don't recall right now though.
I wish I still had my N64 emulators. Just because they're releasing games on PC does not mean that that's a poor decision on the corporate side. If they start fucking up their games, then you can complain. But them putting it out on different hardware it doesn't affect you. The bottom line is this: if you are smart, you would buy the console version and the disc version at that. So if something goes awry, you can sell them bitches and get your money back to some degree, right? You buying a $2,000 computer doesn't make any sense because you don't like that they're putting games out on PC. That's the logic that I'm fighting, which people call Xbox price. At least Xbox is giving you shit. They're still giving you, they let you borrow games. And current games at that. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo, it went up from $15 or $20, I can't remember, right? To $60. $60 fucking dollars. They talking about $80 for a family plan. What the fuck does that even mean? What's a family plan? Family plan for what?
Yeah, they had a family plan before. You pay a set price, and if you're you got kids, everybody in the household, it's a pretty good plan. It's just that I think everything else around it is what asks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what's a good
like you said.
What's a good plan? Why
The
is that a
plan
good
that you
plan?
had.
What's
So
why?
all right,
Yeah.
that plan gets you access to Nintendo Online, so you can play online with other people.
Mm-hmm.
Now the online experience isn't that fucking great at all. Let's
At
be
all.
clear.
Yep.
At all. It fucking sucks balls. I play it. So that everybody sees there's no cap here, dog. This is Pokemon. That experience online is trash. Matchmaking is literally almost non-existent. It's trash.
So it's
This is
Smash too. Smash is awful. No matches.
Mario Go Kart Deluxe. I don't even know if that's online because I haven't tried it. But my only online experience has been with Pokemon. They've been doing this shit for years. It's fucking crazy that they don't have this shit together yet. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that's good about the Nintendo Online is to get you access to all these games.
All what games?
All the old school games,
All the old
Nintendo,
school.
Nintendo.
Okay.
They're adding the Nintendo 64 games and Sega Genesis games. So that is dope as fuck.
Yeah,
That's the only real good thing I can talk about when it comes to Nintendo.
hold on, wait. Hold on. I got something to address with Devil Shooter real quick.
Yeah.
What did you say? You said that they fucked up the party system to credit you. Oh yeah, okay. You did say that. I said give it a chance, nigga. I said give it a chance. I didn't say that you were wrong. I said people jumped in the gun about the party system. And I always give shit a chance just to see if I like it or not. I felt like people were like, I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it. As soon as it changes, wait. And then if you start seeing shit, then I'm like, okay, I gave it your fair shake and it's not working out. And that's what I said. That's not cap. I'm just giving it the benefit of the doubt. I can do that. 360 had no games offered and no dedicated service and shit like that. Yeah, until Sony came out and started giving you games, two what was it, 3 or 4 games or some shit like that, every month. That's when they started doing that shit. Now going back to Nintendo, how many games, Black, are they offering?
I don't have a number of games.
5 games.
5 games on
N60, the N64 thing. They're offering 5 games.
Well, it's something that they just started. You know what I'm saying? So I expected that library to grow.
Why not? Why not Odyssey? Why not 4 years ago? Why not Breath of the Wild? You got a new one coming up, right? Why not that?
You won't see me capping for these niggas. I already told you.
No, I know. I'm just putting it out there for the cappers.
Nintendo can eat a dick on God. Not my dick, somebody else's dick, but they can eat that dick.
Everybody is sitting there. Everybody is so outrageous with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I go online, I'm seeing these motherfuckers. Ooh, I love Metroid. This shit is so worth. It's worth with an F. It's worth $60. Y'all fucking crazy. You talk about it's not. I mean, who are you to judge the quality of it? What quantifies what quantifies the quality of it? What do you mean by that? You motherfucking cappers. You know who you are that was saying that stupid ass rhetoric. You know how I can tell if a game is worth it or not? Because I know about fucking game budgets. I know how much it costs to run a game on what do you call it? Unreal. and just engine cost in general. When I
This
see
put
your
let's just put something in perspective here, bro. The Last of Us 2, nigga, that game was $60, bro.
Mhm.
Masterclass game, technical achievement. That game cost $60. The budget on that game had to been crazy, bro. We ain't even gonna guess. What we gonna say
200
as
million.
as a mark is it cost over 100,000. We know by off rip, nigga. That shit costs way more than 100. Excuse me, 100 million. It costs way more than $100 million, which is like the AAA. That's like the mark, right? 100
Mhm.
million for a
Mhm.
AAA, and
Yep.
that has gone up. You done heard the interviews from Sean Layden and everybody else, nigga. The games are costing way a lot more to make. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, how much you think Metroid Prime costs, bro?
That's
Like
the
the budget
thing.
on that game.
When somebody says, how can you quantify that shit? Just fucking look at the production values of the game.
Yeah, bro. We not talking no shit about if you like the game or not. It could be a beautiful, nice playing game, but let's be real, dog. These games have budgets. It
People
costs
like
money to make these games, and
people like Lizzo. I ain't
mhm,
mad at you. I ain't no fucking way I would date her
enjoy what
and
you like, bro.
and approach that bitch on the street. Ain't no fucking way I approach her. I'm not even into it. I don't find it attractive. I don't.
I don't know who she
But
is, but more
Lizzo's that
power.
Lizzo's that heavy set rapper. I'm being kind by saying heavy set.
You mentioned her before. Okay, I remember that. You told me about her.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, fine. You can like your little kinks. You can like whatever. Like women can like the fuck boy dudes with the fucked up teeth, or the tall niggas that look like fucking Slender Man, and they think that shit's hot because he's 6'4" and look like a fucking tree, a malnourished tree at that. Do you? But if you're gonna question me and why I say what I'm saying, there is quantifiable markers for quality and why a game will cost that much money. If you want to sit there and buy a game that its budget was $10 million, that game should be 10 times less money at the most when I purchase it. Period. A lot of the stuff in the background is not even fucking rendered. It partially renders the fucking background. When you get a game like fucking Fist, right? They could you could put the camera behind a little rabbit. You can do that and it still be a regular 3D fucking game.
Yep,
They chose to fucking put it like that, and yet you can buy that game for 30 fucking dollars.
$25 for PlayStation Plus.
$25.
Might be 27 or something like that. It's like $3 off. It's like $27.
People have the nerve to tell me just to be fucking right. Give a fuck about your feelings. Who cares? Who cares? That cap is outrageous, yo. They're giving you no online communication at all. They said if you want to share something, a picture, you have to go through fucking Twitter or Facebook, no less. You can't just put it out. You can't put it on there. Your friends can't see what the fuck you're doing because their friend system is fucked. I have to put it on Twitter. If I want to chat with you, I gotta use another fucking. I have to use my phone to chat with niggas. The fuck? No one's questioning them. I hope you get emulated to death. That's what I feel like. Because that's that. It's misusing. It's misusing your brand and fucking people is what it is.
They don't have to grow with all these things that we mentioned. They don't have to grow because their user base doesn't give a fuck.
They don't
I mean,
care. They don't care. And I'm going to shout out if he's here or if he listens to it later because he mentioned some things on the background in the Discord here. So,
Dragon,
yeah, I'm going to get his name. Dragon
Dragon,
Swords. Dragon Tales. It's almost done. But all right. So, Dragon Swords, right? He mentions Nintendo actually does put in some work for the emulators. He showed the what do you call it? In my Discord, if you want to go to the about on my YouTube page, And I will start posting that shit out there too. About on the YouTube page, you can hit the Discord and you can see what he's referring to, and some of the conversations he lists. Wind Waker, they added some shadows and stuff like that. So yeah, they did update that game to make it look a little better. Um, right? They also did that for the DS when it came to Mario 64. They added some co-op to it, right? It was better textures, even though they don't have any kind of filtering for the textures. They made sure that the textures were better. They added extra polygons and things of that nature. Cool. That was 10 years ago. The Nintendo that you see now don't give a fuck. That's the problem. And they don't have to. This fucking Switch sold 80 million going on 90 off of one fucking game. Two games actually. Where's the PC Plus Pro consumer? I don't know what that is. Literally, Breath of the Wild and Animal Crossing, it carried that whole fucking system to 80/90 million. They don't gotta do shit. Nothing. Nothing at all. And people are so afraid, oh gosh, if Sony gets any kind of clout, oh gosh, if they could look what they made, they might start fucking us. So why would you do that same energy with Nintendo? Why would you do that? Because that's exactly what's happening with Nintendo.
Right, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's just extra cap, and even the media is doing the same thing too. You got people talking about something, it's worth $60. The fucking, you know what? No, hold on, wait. All right, let's go back. I took a look at Metroid on the Game Boy Advance versus Metroid Dread. Right? The gameplay differences is so minimal. What are you paying for? Extra levels? Because in all honesty, the 3D effects don't really add too much to the gameplay. You could have done that in 2D. Am I lying?
You remember when we were talking about this shit earlier? We were talking about fighting games and how the pixels were harder to do than the actual 3D models. You remember that shit?
I remember that.
And in some cases, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if this game got a lesser budget. Though. The only thing that I see with skyrocket the budget is they have some, I guess it's some QTE or cutscenes in the game. I haven't played the game yet, so I'm not gonna go in on that game too much. It's just that if we could get a game like Fist that looks as good as that, Nintendo just tell these niggas that you want a little better, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the Switch is a cool product, bro, but at the end of the day, I want my tabletop console, dog. I want my GameCube. You know, remember when the GameCube came out and it looked better than the PS2, bro?
That's
I
one.
want that. I want Nintendo to surprise us, bro. Like, hey, nigga, you want teraflops, nigga? We here, nigga.
That
14 teraflops.
you really don't even you
Give it
to
to me, Nintendo.
fix. You really you honestly don't even need a crazy amount of power for what Nintendo does.
Why we don't got a Mario game that look like Ratchet and Clank? I'm just saying, like, hold these niggas accountable, push them forward.
Because people are saying, because the fan base say graphics don't fucking matter. That's the fan
but
base.
they fucking lying, bro. I guess it don't matter to them. I don't know.
It may not.
Matter to me though. It mattered to me, and if I don't care, that's what I'm saying, dog. Like Nintendo don't care about that demographic that care about graphics, dog. And when I say that shit, they're like, oh no, they do care about them. No, they don't care about us, dog.
They really don't. Nintendo fans,
they don't care about us, dog. The ones who want the graphics, who want the next gen experience, they don't give a fuck about us, dog. So that's why I told them niggas to eat a dick, because they're not looking at for this demographic.
by the way, so this video can be successful. All 7 of you niggas, can you hit that like button, please? You know, so it's not that difficult. It really isn't. I don't know if you don't want it in your history. I don't know what it is, but it's just a press of a fucking button. But continuing on the conversation here, the problem here, right, is I just can't believe. I get it. They don't like graphics. These niggas can play a game that is 15 frames a second and be happy with it. And I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things that Nintendo used to do, back in especially with GameCube, yo, when they made a game or was affiliated with a game, that frame never fucking dropped. Ever. These motherfuckers doing 60 fucking frames a second. Hey, you couldn't make that fucking game drop. They made sure that shit was curated to perfection. It was subjective if you didn't like a Nintendo game back in the day. Yeah, I didn't like Mario Sunshine. What do you like about it? I mean, I wish it was more platform. You know what I'm saying? That's your own personal desire where other people may like it, or the music wasn't that, whatever the case is. These games, especially Wind Waker, Breath of the Wild, frame rate is fucked up. Even on dock, no dock, portable, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's fucked all the way around. And everybody's like, well, you can climb anything. Well, you can burn anything you want. You can chop down the 4 trees that's in the game. You know what I mean? At least you can chop that down, whatever the fuck they got going on. The quality is just not where it used to be. And they've been getting passes too much. Too many fucking passes. It's crazy the amount of passes this company gets. Every time I see that shit that they release out there, Animal Crossing could have been done on a fucking GameCube.
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 You don't need a GameCube to play Animal Crossing. That game.
What?
That game could have been done on the 64. Nigga, what you talking? That game
Well,
was
no, because you need
yo,
memory. You
Animal.
need
All right.
you need
But the
memory for the.
graphically, that shit looked like a fucking Game Boy Advance game almost. That shit.
And you're right
What is
though.
that? It was
I'll
good.
give you your props on that
Maybe
one.
the
2D.
RAM. Maybe the RAM. Yeah.
I give you the props on the 2D games. It could be more difficult. You're absolutely right. But could you imagine Metroid Dread, even if it was a 4-hour game? Could you imagine if they made that shit like a 3D game and you could do all the shit, wall bounce and shit? Could you imagine that shit?
Man, that's what I'm saying, bro. Why they didn't drop the Metroid Prime, dog? That's what niggas really been waiting for. Niggas been asking for Metroid Prime since.
Well, they didn't make. Well, here's the thing: Metroid Prime is fine, but it was a first-person shooter. I'm talking about a third-person, and I guess
Yeah,
they made a third person. Didn't they made a third person Metroid and it did terrible?
I don't recall. Honestly.
I think they got
But
Ninja
even if
Theory or
they're
something.
gonna do, if they're
And
gonna do the 2D, like I said, then we got the comparison for Fist. If you're gonna do it, go all the way with it. Don't fucking half-ass this shit and then charge $60.
they couldn't be
Cause
bothered with making
same
those
way somebody said that
environments.
they see the value in the $60, I don't see the value in that shit. I didn't buy that shit. I was like, it look okay, but I'm playing Fist. I'm trying to platinum Fist, bro. My standards are way the fuck up now. My
Yeah,
2D side scrollers gotta look good now. I ain't on that
it
bullshit.
got a look real
Where the
fucking
gameplay
good.
gotta be fucking immaculate. It gotta be some type of gameplay to where I don't care about the graphics. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was my
There's a scale, bro. It's either the gameplay is fucking phenomenal and the graphics are great, or it's like one or the other, bro. The graphics are so great that the gameplay ain't gotta be that good. But you rarely see niggas
every.
finishing games like
Well,
that.
here's the thing, Metroid. And I'm a before you go on to the next subject, because this was a pretty hefty subject covering all three, so that's why I allowed it to go how it was. Uh, about Metroid for the Game Boy Advance and the Metroid Dread, I didn't see much of any gameplay difference, dude. I really didn't. New environments, maybe a new move here. She could dash under some shit, but there were different moves in the other Metroid games. You know what I'm saying? The music was fire too. You know what I mean? And for some reason, Nintendo they don't be hiring the right people for the shit. You know what I mean? You can like it because it's a return to form. I get it. I get it. I get it. But I'm gonna tell you straight the fuck up and down. I'm telling you right now, yo, that shit is not a $60 game. According according to development budgets. They're making a lot of fucking. If this game does this, they're making a dummy amount of fucking profit. Little work was done, and it was an indie studio that made this shit that was helped by Nintendo. Little work was done to get this off the ground and put out. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. I just, the cap is too strong for you people. It's like, you got PlayStation that think everything that comes out of PlayStation is good on social media, but low key, you don't want to support certain things. You know what I'm saying? If you want to cap, you know what I mean? You can't half-ass the shit. You know what I mean? Even though The Last of Us got its awards and shit, even Uncharted 2, I never really, I thought it was a good game, not as good as what people said it was. You know what I mean? I don't really have any kind of rebuttal for it, but I'm like, it got all these. The Last of Us was a better game than Uncharted 2 to me. That's how I feel. Better, it felt better. A little bit more freedom. The shooting mechanics to me were better. The storyline was hella better. You know what I mean? They say that Uncharted 2 was the pinnacle of the fucking Naughty Dog. I don't believe that shit. I think The Last of Us 1 was. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But awards don't mean that, that the game is immaculate or Metacritic. You know what I mean? Start fuck what they say. Start holding these motherfuckers accountable for the shit. It's outrageous, man. Nintendo shouldn't really get away with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I'm actually here for once for what Kotaku is doing. Emulate that bitch. Now I'm saying it. It don't make no damn sense, man.
Ooh,
Show them that you ain't gonna put up
PCMR,
with this bullshit, huh?
PCMR. On God. Hey, hold on. We gonna talk about PC too?
I don't really feel like they cap too
You can't
crazy.
really talk about PC, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so fuck. It's almost a solution for every problem on PC. Almost.
That's what
You
I'm
know what I'm
saying. Like when they cap, I mean, they have reason to feel like they are superior, or they have reason to cap. You know what I'm saying? It's there's some quantifiable things that if they say it's better technologically, it is better. You can't argue with the science. Can't argue with
saying?
the numbers. You know what I mean? Do they have games that are worthwhile? Now they do, with the help of Sony. Just saying. We all move
Look,
on to
boy.
the. I'm sorry, I had to cap a little bit. You're right. um, so we're gonna move on to our next topic, which is the heyday of consoles, per consoles. And basically, what I mean by this is when each of the three giants in the console market started to get their reputation. And I want to start with Xbox. When do you think they hit that pinnacle where people was like, "That's a serious fucking competitor"? And do you remember it? And how was your experience with it, Black?
Man, you know what? So my I got very little Xbox experience. My first experience was through a friend's Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
So the initial Xbox, you know what I'm saying, was in dormitory. I just remember being jealous of how good the graphics were compared to the PlayStation 2.
You remember Call of Duty World War or One or whatever the fuck it is? I was like, ooh, 60 frames, all that smoke.
I remember seeing Halo, and I remember playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater on
Wait,
that
which
shit.
one is this one? Which one was this? The original one or?
Yeah, the first one, the first Halo.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and then Tony Hawk Pro Skater, that shit had the textures and everything was just better on Xbox. So my next experience probably wasn't until Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm.
I think their heyday probably was Xbox 360 because they were in the beginning they was kind of running
I
shit.
agree. I
But
agree.
at the same time, it's kind of like a shit stain on it because they had the issues with the Red Ring of Death. You know what I'm saying? Like the niggas got like their track record ain't that great, dog, to be honest.
When you look at it, it was
Looking back
all.
at it, it's like Xbox 360, but even that got a shit stain on it. You know what I'm saying?
So I'll say this. So I totally agree with you. I totally wholeheartedly agree with you in terms of uh when Xbox was looked at as a formidable opponent. I agree with you wholeheartedly, right? One of the things I didn't notice was it was the 360 era because the games. What can you remember? Like the only thing you can remember is Halo 2 for the Xbox, the original one.
hmm
But that's just one game. You know what I mean? I
They just had
remember.
a lot of the third party games is what comes to mind that wasn't on PlayStation. Um, what's that one game that I didn't get into? What's the thing that got the shepherds? What's it called? In
Shepherds.
space love and shit.
Oh, stop saying space. Space. It started with M. Mass Effect.
Mass Effect. That was a game that I always wanted to play, and at the time when I was playing PS3, it wasn't on PS3. I
That
think
was
later on
exclusive.
they released it later on, maybe I think on PlayStation.
I
I don't
don't
know.
remember. By the time they got it to release, I
Yeah,
don't if it even released on the PS3. I don't think anybody gave a fuck.
yeah.
By the way, new viewer, we're talking about the heyday for each console, like what defined the all three brands. And welcome. So I remember going to the store. I was speaking with a acquaintance, and the 360 was released a year before. You know what I mean? I didn't really care about Blu-ray at the time. I was like, who gives a fuck about that? You know what I mean? When it comes to Blu-ray. So
That.
that late. Yeah. So so I really didn't care about that, right? I did see the Call of Duty World War One. I guess I'm not sure what it was, but they had this thing look like PC. At the time, it was like 720p. You were running through the trenches, and it was running at a buttery fucking smooth 60 frames per second. Now I knew some technical aspects of the 360 and the PS3, but we ain't gonna get into that. Just basically what I've seen. And I remember they had smoke grenades and shit, and they threw that shit, and the smoke. Usually, when you walk into smoke, you will tank a frame rate. None of that fucking shit happened. It was just buttery smooth all together, yo. And I was like, I mean, the PS3 is gonna come out. It's gonna really that shit burn. That shit burn like holy oil. I was like, fuck. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, they trying to fuck shit up. And I already seen people were like, I ain't getting the PS3 and shit like that. Anyway, everybody was like, I'm just gonna get it because Final Fantasy is coming out for not Final. I forgot what it was. It was the other games that was on PlayStation that was going to move over to the the Xbox. So I was like, damn, I was looking at that shit and said, And then they showed Halo. And I already knew that Halo at the time was such a graphic powerhouse back then. It was crazy good looking, Halo. I mean, it was nothing really touching that fucking game, Halo 2, on an Xbox original. But I remember Master Chief took that fucking grenade bubble, hit that shit, boosh, fucking protected himself. He came out
That was
running. I was like, is that real graphics?
fun.
I said, oh shit. I
That
said,
shit
if
was
they, I was like, So time passed, right? And I was like, you gotta pay for online. That's so stupid. Back in the day, right? And then they released Gears of War, and them graphics were out of control. And the only thing I had at the time that could compete with Gears of War was the first Uncharted, man. And I was like, you know what I mean? They had that shit.
My cap was real, bro. When I saw that Gears, bro, I was just straight fanboy, bro. I was like, no, that shit it don't look that good. It don't look that good.
I was like, bro, and I seen people moving
You,
around with that shit. It was crazy.
you remember that Gears commercial, bro? When that Gears commercial had dropped, bro?
Which
That
one?
shit, that shit was real next gen, bro. The original Gears commercial,
I
bro, for
don't
the first
remember
game.
that one. I remember the one where
Oh, bro.
they played that fucking depressing song. Familiar
Yeah,
faces.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, damn, they got
Oh,
they
man.
had that note. I think that was Gears of War 2 or 3. I forgot which one was that. But they had that note on point, yo. And then they were like, yo, we got Grand Theft Auto 4 on this bitch, yo. Look how that shit look. I was like, yo, they got too much. And then they had, because the guy, what's his name? I forgot what his name. I don't know if it was Don Matrick or I forgot what it was. That motherfucker came on stage, yo. It was like, he looked to his left, he looked to his right.
Oh, that nigga.
Showed that Gears of War, not Gears of War, showed that the GTA shit. He was like, everybody was like, wow. Then they had Final Fantasy. Oh, it's coming to us too. I remember talking to this fucking Xbot back in the day. We got Final Fantasy, so you can kiss it. Goodbye. I was like, nigga, we got it too, though. So it was a stressful time if you were a fanboy of
Tony was
PlayStation.
hurting out here, man. We was
Yeah,
even Tony
niggas,
back there. It
yo,
was
that
just,
shit was
you know what
hurting.
I mean?
GameStop didn't like it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They kept telling you to get a 360. Oh man. I mean, I was trying to hit niggas with logic. Look, you can play it wirelessly. He said back in the day, my only next gen console was the Wii playing Call of Duty. Imagine my shock with playing on the 360 for the first time. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But it was crazy that I was like, man, you gotta buy an adapter to play Wi-Fi. You got all these cords around the house. That shit sucks. Man, I was thought, oh, you only got 10 gigabytes. Oh, we got 60.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. The PlayStation fanboys were the Xbox fanboys back then, bro. If you look at it, the roles it flipped on the PlayStation 4, bro. You remember we used to talk about technology, bro? It was like, oh, y'all ain't got no Blu-ray player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was like, if you want to watch next
You can't
generation,
play Blu-ray. You can't go on. You can't surf on the internet. We was talking about that dumb shit.
yo, bro, I was like, we got a browser. If I wanted to, I could put Windows on the PS3. So
Yo,
what?
fact.
And what they allow
We
us to
got
do that
Linux.
shit.
Y'all niggas ain't got no Linux. Niggas don't know what the
You know,
fuck
I can
Linux
build
is.
my own
It
game
was
if I
kind
wanted to. I'm doing it now. I can't wait to get home to build my game. Yo, lying ass nigga, yo, bro.
Yo, the cap was real, nigga.
Lying ass nigga, yo. I was like, you need a separate apparatus
Oh shit.
to get a Blu-ray. The HD DVD sucks. And guess what?
I got my extra Wi-Fi adapters. Your shit don't
Bro,
come with a Wi-Fi adapter, nigga.
bro, I was
They cheaper,
struggling.
y'all niggas. Y'all gotta pay for internet. Fuck niggas.
It's free. It's free for us.
You
They
play
looking
for
like,
free.
and
You play for free.
everybody was like, yo, you're on. They was like, because when you release games on the PS3, it's better on the Xbox 360 because the online it connects better, which was a lie, by the way. But we couldn't. It was no way to quantify that back in the day because they had more multiplayer games. I remember explaining to people, right? I was like, guess what? There's no protective coating on a Blu-ray. So, you know, like sometimes you be talking to your friends, you be like, you ain't thinking about it, and you may lay that disc down, the face down and shit. And I pick it up, I'll be like, oh shit, we don't gotta worry about that shit. It's mad clean. I can wipe it with I can wipe with my shirt. It
I
ain't gonna
remember
scratch.
that. Y'all niggas still got that old tech, nigga.
I was like, yo.
Scratch up easily.
I was like, we got the dual layer Blu-ray. We can put our games are so much bigger. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
it was a rough time, man. That was peak. That was peak Microsoft, man. They have.
We held that fucking line though, but nigga, until they start dropping them games. Nah, we held that line.
We held that line when they showed Killzone. I remember when it started when it started to change was when they showed that Killzone 2 demo. I remember it was leaked, right? It was leaked. A picture, a single frame of the cutscene or the trailer, and they were like, "That shit looks fucking terrible," right? And I was like, "Come on, Sony, yo, you gotta do this." Is back when I was really capping back in the day. I was like, "Come on, Sony, you gotta do better than this, man. I'm tired of getting made fun of, man. Please do it." So E3, they came out with the full trailer of Killzone 2. And they showed the fucking drop ships and shit like that blowing up, and people was like, "What the fuck is that?" They were lying. They said it was real, and then they showed the demo of people actually playing it. They were like, "Well, it looks black and white. They had to take away the colors because the memory is split on the PS3, and they don't got enough memory. That's why." Man, they was saying wow shit back in the day, and then they came out with fucking Uncharted 2, right? And Uncharted 2 was colorful, so that narrative got destroyed, right? Fine. And then they had fucking God of War, and then they had all this other shit, right? And we were just going back. That's what competition is good. They were going back and forth, my nigga, yo. You know what I'm saying? They did this, dude. They pushed Sony to make these games that you like and cap for nowadays. If it wasn't for Microsoft,
Facts.
if Microsoft didn't do that shit, yo, you would never have The Last of Us. You would never have fucking Uncharted 2 in any of the Uncharteds, or a decent Killzone, or Horizon, or any of these fucking things if it wasn't for them. Because Nintendo wasn't going to push them. But I digress because we are not on that topic. We're going to move on to the heyday of Nintendo. When did you feel like Nintendo was at their pinnacle? It should be unanimous, to be honest with you.
It gotta be for me the Super Nintendo, bro.
Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo, or I'd be one of the Game Boy Color, bro. For me, it was one of those.
Home consoles. Why you say that? Yeah.
I mean, Nintendo was fire. Everybody gonna agree with that, dog. The first time you played Mario, dog.
Mario what?
Just Super Mario Brothers, the first one, the one that came with Duck Hunt. You know
Okay.
That was my. I think that's the first video. It was either Duck Hunt or Mario. It was on the same cartridge. That's the first.
It was both. It was both. You could I don't know how you could switch them. I think when you started off, you had to choose.
to choose Duck Hunt or Mario, but I remember one of those were my first game. I just can't remember because it was such a long time ago which one I played first. It probably was Duck Hunt because I
Yeah,
remember dying a lot in Mario
yeah.
Super. But that's embedded in my
That
mind.
fucking
Duck.
dog laughing at you, yo. That shit. That dog nowadays would have got canceled for making you feel, for
That
making you
nigga,
feel bad, yo. That motherfucker, you missed that
that
shot. You
nigga,
be like,
straight fuck
oh, fuck nigga. I was
nigga.
like, damn. Oh, you know, my fucking hand-eye coordination was fucked up, yo. Umar, Sony's heyday was the PS2. We won't get to that, yo. Yo, what's up, Umar? Hit that like button. But
What
every
up,
time you
Umar?
shot, I'm sitting there like, bam, bam. I fucking missed the
Yeah,
whole duck, yo. That
was
motherfucker come out the
fire, bro.
grass like, dumb bitch. I was like, damn. So, so okay. So, what did you like about the Nintendo heyday?
Damn, well,
Like
is it
when?
Nintendo?
Well,
Super
I'm not
Nintendo,
talking
really,
about your.
bro.
I'm not talking. I'm like look at it all at a
I
whole.
can only I can only talk about my experience, and for me, I feel like the best games were on the Super Nintendo for me, and a lot of that got to deal with because I like fighting games, and that's when the fighting games were they was going ham, bro. Street Fighter 2, bro. That shit made a huge impression on my
It
life,
played
dog.
better too. It played
Yeah.
better
Oh my
on
god.
Nintendo.
Killer Instinct, dog. Ninja Turtle, all the Ninja Turtle games, bro. Oh my god. Turtles in
What do they call it?
Time.
The Dragon, Double Dragon.
I didn't play Double Dragon on Super Nintendo,
Or was
but
it
they
on
have.
Nintendo or was it on Genesis?
It
See,
was on Nintendo. Now Nintendo had some fire shit. Now let's not get it fucked up, nigga. Ninja Gaiden, the first. Oh fuck, Ninja Gaiden, nigga. Fucking was Shinobi on there or was just on Sega?
I think that was
I
Sega.
think it was. Yeah, Sega had Shinobi, but yeah, that's it. That's their IP, I believe. But
See, to me, the Nintendo's heyday for me because I like adventure games. I've always liked them. There was Sonic the Hedgehog, so I couldn't give anything to Nintendo back in the day. I
right,
thought Sonic was way better than anything they ever put out to me. I just did. I'm like, yo, I don't give a fuck. I was so
Sonic hit
hard.
different. Sonic hit different, bro.
I was
It,
like, yo, the music was fucking crazy. The speed was crazy. I used to go outside. I used to sprint for no fucking reason at all at my top fucking speed, yo. To try
mm.
just to feel, just to get a taste of what it was to run that fast.
We got Sega in there as an honorable mention then. Cause I know you're just talking about the big three right now.
Uh,
Sega in there as
yeah,
an
it's the
honorable mention.
Sega shit was Genesis for sure.
Yeah.
Genesis was like when you really was
Sega,
like,
yeah, the
because they had blood with Mortal Kombat,
Sega.
whatever the case is. And to be honest with you, for Super Nintendo, Mortal Kombat was the shit for me. I didn't like Street. I felt like Nintendo was always. I always wanted to be grown for my age and shit like that. I was always, that's some young shit. All them fucking, all them fucking Mario's and Goombas and shit like that. I wanted to see fucking blood blow people's heads off. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see that shit. So
Oh man, do you remember this game called Eternal Champions, bro, for Sega Genesis?
no, I've never played that.
Holy shit! Look up Eternal Champions after the stream. Eternal fucking chat. That game was like Mortal Kombat, but like cartoonish. It was crazy, dog. That game was bloody as fuck.
I just like
You
that
could do a
announcer,
drive by
yo.
on the
They
nigga
need,
in that game, bro.
yo,
As a finisher, bro. You could do
they
a drive
needed
by.
they needed to give that announcer extra raise. I used to love no homo. Hey, fucking yo, right? He had such an awesome voice, yo. And Mortal Kombat, well done. Noob Sabat wins. Flawless. Yo, he kickstarted that fucking game, yo. Scorpion wins. Fatality. Yo, they put the echo and everything. I said, ooh, that shit sound. You suck. You ever Shao Kahn? You suck.
You know,
Friendship.
I had it on Sega.
I can't hear
When
you.
I
You sound low now.
My bad. When I think about, can you hear me better?
Do it again.
You hear me better now?
No, you sound low all of a sudden.
Oh, that's weird. Nah, continue though. Continue.
I don't know why you sound low. What's up with it?
I didn't change anything, but continue until I get it fixed.
Okay. See, it's fucking with computers. That's why I don't fuck with it. Okay, let me read Umar's shit. He said PS2 had 157 million consoles, Xbox 24 million, GameCube 20 million, Dreamcast 9 million. PS2 outsold Dreamcast more than 10-1. Yeah, also Dreamcast 7. Yeah, it was a force to be reckoned with. You still there?
You hear me?
No, he's even lower.
Change shit.
Yo, it's even lower. I can't hear a damn thing. Listen to your stream.
Mic check, mic check. Is that better? Is it better? How about now? Damn.
Hmm.
Very interesting. What about now?
Yeah, now.
Okay.
Do it again. Do it a little bit more.
What about now?
Whatever that
Tilt it.
was. That knob. That nipple.
Okay. Cool, cool.
All right, cool. All right. It's still a little low, but it was better. I don't know what the fuck happened. See, that's why I don't fuck with PC. Uh, but let's see here. I'm moving. Yeah. So I'll get into that one. But yeah, to me, their pinnacle was Dream not Dreamcast. It was Genesis. They just kicked ass with Genesis. And it was the only competition. That's why Nintendo was going so hard with Super NES, because they were trying to knock your block off, yo.
Yeah, they was trying to kill them niggas.
They was trying to kill with that Sonic, yo. Oh my god, yo. It was a lot of shit, man. All I cared about was Sonic back in the day. That's all I cared about was Sonic. Nothing else. Nothing else.
They just had all their games just look better.
Well, because they had a better art style. Technically, this NES, the Super NES was a better console, but
The Sega was in competition with Nintendo, and then the Super Nintendo dropped, right?
yeah,
Because the Sega dropped after Nintendo, and that shit just looked better than Nintendo. That
because
shit
they
just
because they were it was smart with the art. The music, the sound chip was way better in.
the music hit. That's why when you think about video game music, like a lot of that shit go back to Sega, bro. Like, oh
Well,
god,
that's why I wanted to talk about. To me, the pinnacle of Nintendo for me
Hmm.
was N64, man. We talked about
N64.
this before because
I
I
can't
like
be
it.
mad.
Huh?
I can't be mad at that.
I was like, man, I was such a fucking fanboy. My friend, he had the Saturn and he had N64, and as much as I liked Sega. I just couldn't deny it, man. I could not deny Nintendo in that N64, yo. It was no fucking way for me to be like, I don't really like, you know what I'm saying? My first experience with Nintendo, where I was like, they are a force to be reckoned with. Like, they almost made me buy N64. I don't buy Nintendo shit to this day. They almost made me do that. That's how powerful that fucking system was. I have an affinity to water in games. I like to see water rendered perfectly. I've been like that forever, right? Who that killer, late ass killer Tay? Look at this bitch.
My bad, man. It just got to work.
That nigga
He
was
was,
that
he
nigga
was out
was
there to me. I understand.
that nigga was making another Asian baby.
That was last night. That was last night.
Yo, yo, if you could turn up your mic, not you, Tay. Try to see if you can turn it up.
Me?
No, you
Oh,
good,
me?
Tay. No, you good, Tay. I'm
Oh.
talking about Black.
Oh, my shit's up all the way, bro. Pause.
Hey,
This
fucking
nigga pausing every goddamn thing.
Pause. That shit was suspect. I had to pause that.
So what we're talking about here, you just in time, man. What you talk about here, what we talk the heyday of each console, right? What made you think of that brand? Like that was the turning point of that brand that let you know that they were formidable. What I'm talking about now was Nintendo. I have an affinity for water being rendered in games, and the first game that I seen was Wave Race. I saw that shit was like, ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way, dude. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, man. I said that shit is fucking crazy. And then they followed, and it was fun too. And then they
You talking
followed
about
up
like the early years of Nintendo, or
uh,
like any
their
year
whole
Nintendo?
their whole snapshot from NES to Switch. I think their turning point for me personally was
Yeah.
N64. That's what made me was like they're formidable. And then they had Mario. And I'm a big music buff. I
Mm.
love music, and they killed it with the fucking, it came on, bling, it's a me and Mario. They had that shit.
Mhm.
Hello. I said, oh shit, he said he talking to me? I said, wait a minute. That shit.
This
He like,
nigga was ecstatic.
that shit, I hate that shit. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I was like, oh shit. Hey, I bet you if it came out now, right? Bitches be twerking like a motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah. Probably
I
already
was like,
got a
oh
TikTok
shit.
of that shit.
Huh?
Somebody probably already got a TikTok of
Would
that
have made a fucking TikTok out of that bitch. Yo, I was like, oh shit. And then that motherfucker, you clicked it, that nigga said, let's go. I said, he came out there. All of a sudden, yo, I picked up that fucking hat.
shit.
Did,
That nigga throw them,
I was like,
that
oh.
motherfucker throw them three pieces.
No, I like the Michael Jackson fucking shit. 'Cause I know they were inspired by it. You ever hit a wall and he make that
Yeah.
sound? Ooh. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? And everybody's like,
Yeah.
what do you mean by Michael Jackson? Or if you listen to You Want to Be Starting Something, right? He does that in
Yeah.
that song. So when
Yeah,
it
yeah.
first starts off, people are like, ooh. I said,
Yeah,
you want to
listen.
be starting something? And he does that. That's that same
Yeah.
clip.
They always correlate some shit.
That's what it is.
Yo,
Yeah.
That song will never
yo,
be the
I
same
read it.
again, man.
I read it to a TikTok the other day. I'm gonna send it to you after this show. Nigga, this nigga look just like you. And
Oh,
you
you
can be
talking
like,
about the dude
what?
you talking about that dude that was trying to walk into her apartment?
Yeah. I was
Shut
like,
your
hold
ass
up,
up.
Josh. Hey, yo, bitch, open up.
Yo, I think he rang the doorbell.
Yeah, he knocked on that bitch and rang the doorbell at the same time.
I was like, damn, what the fuck she got in there, yo? They said he had like 37 cases. They keep letting his ass go.
Yeah.
I don't know what he doing, but no,
Yeah,
I
he
see
stole
that
your
shit.
face, nigga.
No, somebody fucking retro Ken sent me that shit. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
He was like, Josh, is this you? What are
Is
you
this you? I
doing?
said, shut your ass up. Don't put that shit out there. That shit look too damn similar. Don't put that on. Don't let people. Don't do that. People really start making correlations and shits.
Oh,
But yeah, when they did that shit, I hit the wall, Mario. Ooh, I was like, oh shit. And that was it. They had that. They had the Zelda. Zelda had some killer ass tracks and shit like that too.
yeah.
That was that. You know what I mean? There were just quality games across the board. They had Banjo Kazooie. I don't know what he said when he died. Dumbo. I was like, what the fuck? But that was my shit though.
They had that on the 64. They had that their first fighting game since Killer Instinct was fucking War Gods.
I didn't play
Yeah,
that one. I didn't play that
Yeah,
one. You
that
know,
shit.
I was around when the 64 first came out. That like during that first year of the 64.
That game was something to keep you busy, bro. 'Cause I didn't. I
Yeah,
didn't play that fighting game because I had no other fighting game around at the time.
yeah.
I went to my best friend Miguel. He had that game. When I spent the night at his crib, it was just playing that shit. Bro. It's just cause, but that shit was like a bad Mortal Kombat. Dog.
Yeah, where you played as like fucking Anubis and all kinds of fucking guys from back in the day.
I vaguely remember that shit. Actually, what about you?
Yeah.
What about you, Killer Tape? Out of all their consoles, what would you say?
Out of all the Nintendo's consoles,
Yeah, what was the one that made you think in your head that they're a force to be reckoned with?
shit, I want to say the Super Nintendo, dude, because
Yeah,
like the Mario World, fucking Super Metroid, that's when them motherfuckers was peak at fucking graphics
I wanted 2D
of
game.
how they did their fucking game.
I wanted to get rid of 2D games so fucking bad, yo. Like I did not like 2D games, even though I was stuck in it. I was like, I can't wait for the fucking day I can move this fucking camera, yo. I'm tired of looking at this
Yeah.
view, and that's why I never, that's why I never really gave it that much. Okay, so we're gonna move on to PlayStation. This is gonna be a tricky one.
Oh, we just gonna skip Sega? We just gonna skip
No,
Sega
it's
now?
it's it's the three. Illogical, yo, what's going
Oh,
on,
okay.
bro? Black. When did you discover that PlayStation was a formidable
Man,
company in the gaming space?
it gotta be.
Ooh.
Damn, so all of them, all of the generations were fucking special to me, dog, in some way or another. But I gotta say, maybe the best generation had to been PS2, PlayStation 2 for sure. That's when the graphics were like the graphics was fucking crazy, bro. The jump from PlayStation 1 to 2 was crazy, dog. Yeah, Tekken Tag Tournament game looked fucking amazing at the time. Only Musha, I remember being the most wild when it came to those when the PlayStation 2 came out and I played those games. So the graphics are just fucking crazy, dog. And PS2 was just fire, bro. All the GTA was on there, man. Like, come on, that's the most, and that's the system that sold the most. It just make fucking sense, dog. It had a DVD player, everything
But
you wanted.
my question is, what was the most? When did you realize that they are a force?
A force in the industry, it had to be maybe the PS2. They sold the most consoles.
All right, okay. What was your experience with that console? That was like, damn, your best experience on that console.
I got that shit late when I was still in school at the time. But after I finished school, I treated myself to a PS2. But I always played on my homeboy shit. So fucking damn PS2, man. But I already named a few games for you, but yeah. Besides those games,
And you
Tekken 2,
mentioned you mentioned Tekken, yeah.
yeah, Tekken, fucking Tekken Tag Tournament,
That
Onimusha.
shit look ridiculous, yo. I ain't gonna lie to you, yo. You may have to sign out and come back in, yo. You just getting lower and lower.
Yeah, I'll check that shit.
I don't know what's going on,
It
but
might be his mic. You just got that mic?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it
you
was
might.
feeling cool
Yeah,
earlier. I'm gonna switch to this to the headset instead.
I was gonna say, take
yeah,
that shit back. Give that back to
yeah.
Just leave
That
it.
don't look like that don't
him.
that don't look like an official mic from any company I know. So,
What you mean, nigga?
That nigga got that shit from Wish.
yeah,
Yeah, this
Logitech.
shit,
Logitech. That shit ain't official. Get that shit out of here.
yeah,
Um,
Yeah.
Blue Yeti, nigga. On God. I mean,
Blue Yachty, that's what you got.
Lil Yachty. You got Lil Yachty special, nigga.
that nigga got a Irv Gotti.
Mike's by Gotti.
Now my pinnacle, you know me, I'm the kind of person that just go against the grain, and I'm going to be truthful to you. The time that I saw say Sony as a formidable force was the first PlayStation. That's when they came out and was just like, hey yo, they came out running. They didn't even let it cool off. They were just like, fuck it. We came out like open. You ever play a fighting game and the person is going two in round one? Fight. I'm like, damn, nigga, shit, you didn't even know what I'm doing. You know,
Yeah, the
this
controller
Try to
is
pull
in
out the
your
match or
hand.
nothing.
Why are you slapping it?
is. I'm like, that's what it was. You ever notice that you play a fighting game round one? I'm like, damn, you didn't even finish this fucking
Yeah,
word. So that's
yeah, shit.
Nigga on your ass.
there we
Pause.
go, there we
Yeah, they
go. We
already
got
got a
louder.
26 hit. Yeah, they already got a 26 hit combo on your ass.
That's as soon as he couldn't even say the whole word right. It was already
Yeah.
done. So that's what Sony did. Now I wasn't going to be a off the rip fan until they could prove to me that they got a 3D game line to fuck up. They showed Crash. Boom, boom. I was like, man, this stuck ass camera, yo. I'm gonna fuck this shit 3D. I can't move this bitch. So I was already pissed off with that one. I was like, it looked nice. It looked like it could compete with Nintendo. You just can't move the fucking camera. I wasn't feeling it. So I was thinking to myself, like, when are they going to have like a actual Mario competitor? And then they came out with Tomb Raider, and it was never the same since, man. That was it for me. And even when I take a step back and look at all the other games, man, without PlayStation 1, you wouldn't have Tekken. That Tekken tag, because Tekken 3 was ridiculous. Gorgeous fucking game, man.
Eddie Goro, son. Eddie Goro.
When they put that nigga in there, I was like, oh my goodness, they had that shit. You wouldn't have Final Fantasy at all, like not in this iteration, whatever the case is. That was RPG Central, yo. They were going ham on them fucking RPGs, man. Like I was like, oh my goodness. As King Push mentioned, Metal Gear Solid, you didn't have those cinematic experience, even though they didn't have lips. They just nod their head when they talk. You know what I mean? They were like, Hudson River 3 years ago.
Metal Gear
I'm
Solid
like,
2.
Yeah, man.
I was like, I get where you're coming from, yo. You can't. They don't have the polygons to render lips, so they had to shake their head. You just kind of extrapolated with that. Silent Hill, they came up with scary ass games. You know what I mean? Violent ass games. A lot of shit came out. Resident Evil. You know what I'm saying? A lot of experimental games. Glover, you remember Glover, yo?
Yeah.
You remember Jersey
Yeah.
Devil? You remember Jersey Devil? I don't know why I wanted to play that shit. Maybe because I'm from New Jersey, yo. I was like, yo, what that game, Jersey Devil? That shit looked ass. But I wanted that game. You know what I'm saying? Spyro the Dragon. Finally, I was like, yo, a platformer that could compete with fucking Banjo-Kazooie, yo. You can go anywhere the fuck you want, and the draw distance was forever in that game.
Yeah, PlayStation was lit, bro. Fucking Street Fighter EX was on there. I forgot about that shit.
I just
Resident Evil 2. Ugh.
like the
Good
possibility.
shit.
See, y'all went to the wrong games
What
when
you mean?
y'all was like, oh man, PlayStation is the shit now, because those were common games.
What you
But
talking about?
games like where I knew it was fucking gonna blow up, where I knew PlayStation was gonna blow up. My first game on PlayStation was Tenchu Stealth Assassins.
Oh yeah,
Not
Tenchu
too
was
many
fire.
people knew about that. Yeah, not
See,
too many
was
people
fire.
knew
that
about
was low.
Tenchu
That
because
was
it
low
wasn't
key. That was low key.
Yeah, but that was the first one where you played a fucking actual ninja chopping motherfucking heads off, stealth killing motherfuckers, where you actually fucking shove the sword through they did the little fucking cutscene where you fucking shoving the sword in they fucking back, coming out they fucking front, or you fucking slicing they fucking throat and they head fall off. That shit was beautiful. And
Yeah,
then the
dog.
first
Beautiful.
that shit was beautiful. And then the first fighting game I had on fucking PlayStation was fucking Rival Schools.
That's fire too.
How about this though?
That
How
was
about this?
that was better. That was Capcom's best fucking fighting game at the time. I think it was the first tag fucking game that Capcom ever fucking made that was on fucking point 3D.
How
Yeah.
about how about this though? How about this? How about this? I'm about to punch
What's
both y'all niggas y'all ovaries. Fighting
No,
force.
I already
Oh.
put the fucking I already put the masters out there.
Fighting
Fighting
Force was fire too. Fighting Force was fire.
Remember that
God.
shit,
Fighting
yo?
Force was fire.
Yeah.
Fighting Force was fire.
I knew something was special when this nigga picked up a whole engine and bust somebody in their mouth with that shit. That big ass Smash dude. I think they called him Smash. That motherfucker broke that shit open and bust you in the
Big
mouth.
brother looking motherfucker.
Yeah, that,
Mhm.
everybody was unanimously in agreement with that nigga looked like a refrigerator with legs and arms, yo. Everybody said
That
the
Because he
nigga
same.
was.
punched slow as fuck.
'Cause he
When you getting
was.
jumped, he was the worst character to have. When you getting jumped, bro, because he punched so fucking slow, bro. But he hit harder than a motherfucker. He was throwing shit that everybody else couldn't throw.
Then you
But
got
yeah,
got racing games too. We ain't even gonna talk about Gran
Oh,
Turismo.
man.
That was the start. We already know about the history of
Yeah.
Gran Turismo is that. But what the racing games that I'm referring to is Wipeout. Immaculate.
Moto.
Jet Moto.
Oh man, Jet
Yeah.
Moto. I forgot.
Jet
Oh
Moto was
man,
fire.
Jet
When you in the
Moto.
fucking woods and the lake fucking area, the water was like reflective a little bit. That shit looked like
Yeah.
real. When we know it, like now when you go back and look at it, that shit look boo boo.
Yeah, yo,
At the
Jet.
time,
Boo, boo, boo,
that
boo,
shit
boo,
looked
boo,
real
boo.
as fuck. Yeah, at the time that shit looked real as fuck.
Damn, with Jet Moto hit now though with some haptic feedbacks, that shit would hit, dog. Get some Jet Moto cracking.
Then they wasn't there a rumor that or was they bringing Wipeout back?
Wipeout back, but they could still
Yeah,
bring
Wipeout.
because I think some of them was a part of that shit. I remember. Oh man, you had the Wipeout. There was a game called Roll Cage. Man, I was on that fucking game.
Oh yeah,
What's called?
yeah,
Roll Cage.
Roll
yeah.
cage.
Yep, everybody wanted to do the futuristic hover machines. Roll Cage was like one of those uh, vehicles with the big ass wheels. You were able to flip your vehicle either side, and you were able to you were driving so fast that you can ride on the ceiling and those
Right.
little tunnels and shit like that. Man, it was in the effects was really fucking outrageous back in the day. It was a beautiful game.
And
Damn,
They,
fucking
bro.
Twisted Metal was fucking hot shit then.
they
And then they
even
came
Yeah,
out with a game
Bushido
called
Blade.
Vigilante 8.
Yeah,
Vigilante
yeah.
8 was
Vigilante 8
fucking
was
yeah,
fire.
was
Oh
fucking
shit.
competing with fucking I mean not Gran Turismo,
mm.
but fucking Twisted Metal.
I think I played
That shit was
Vigilante 8 on
fucking
the 64. Was that shit on the 64?
yeah, it was on 64.
Yeah, that's where I played it. I played it on
It came
64.
later though.
Yeah. That
Now,
yeah, Vigilante 8 was lit, bruh. It was like a
yeah.
better looking Twisted Metal, bruh. At least the version on 64 was. It looked better.
Now
Yeah.
think about this. Now think about this, yo, because we already know about the RPGs. Yo, a lot of the times, even when it comes to the RPGs that was what Sony did, right? Or what Sony kind of like actually like put out there. I was like, I was like, I like the 3D or whatever the case is. I get it, you know what I'm saying? But they ended up coming out with this 3D RPG, and that was Xenogears, man. I
Nah,
like
that was
this.
Square.
Now I know it was Square. I'm saying that it came out. I'm saying
Oh,
like everybody
yeah.
was doing that
The
same.
one
Everybody was doing the
the
same
one that
formula.
the one that Sony made.
Was Legends of the Dragoon,
No, the one before that. It was before that.
Legends of Legaia.
Yeah, Legend of the Guy. That's
Now,
when I knew Sony had a knack for fucking RPGs, and then everything else came out from Square and shit.
well, the thing is, I didn't really because they had Grandia and shit like that. That was on the
Grandia, yeah.
that was on the not, Sega Saturn. But like my personal issue was like these RPGs are kind of stuck, and I can't move the camera. And this was the one, even though they were 2D, you can move the camera. I just like the storyline. It just made you feel so involved. It was a neighborhood. You remember talking to that little fucking short guy, that little midget? I don't know if you remember that. I mean, in the beginning of the game, people were laughing at this nigga.
On
He was
which game?
Xenogears.
At
It
the
was
beginning?
yeah, at the beginning it was a short guy that everybody he had like a cracky ass attitude and shit like that. And
Oh
everybody
yeah.
yeah, but he was like a really cool he was a really cool character. Also, you had people tending to their garden and shit like that. And I remember I walked on their garden, they would flip the fuck out, yo. They would stop you like, what the fuck? Get out my garden, dude. I was like, yo, this shit felt mad fucking real. This shit
Yeah,
felt mad real. They even had Grand Theft Auto 2 on the PlayStation 1.
yeah. It was top down.
But they had a lot, man. They had an
Yeah, they
absolute
had a
lot.
lot.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, the type of experiences that you had, it was like the PlayStation was like a portal to different universes to me. That's what I felt like. I remember saying this shit to my friends. I was like, this shit feels like you could just anything you could think of, you could just take you there. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's how I felt. You know, like when you play Nintendo games, you just was like, oh, this platform city. You know, when you play Sony Sega games, you already know it was either beat 'em ups or also platform city. You know what I'm saying? When you played at the time Xbox, it was always first person shooters, but with PlayStation, it was any fucking thing really. You know, I mean, anything that developers came to mind with, Sony was allowed to be on the console regardless of quality. Like if as long as it wasn't too bad, you know what I mean? Um, we didn't ask you this too, since you just jumped in there. What do you think the heyday was for Microsoft,
Halo, the original Xbox.
the original Xbox? Uh,
Yeah, Halo for the original Xbox. I didn't have the original Xbox, but I played the first Halo. And that shit was that broadened my eyes to how first person shooters could be
Fair enough.
as a futuristic one.
Me and Black spoke about um the 360 era. That's when we kind of understood that this was a formidable. But yo, Black, did we miss something? Did we miss a console, or did we talk about We talked about PlayStation. We just got done with that. We did Nintendo
We did Nintendo,
and we did Xbox. Okay, we did all three. Okay.
but
You know,
Sega, you can't. I know
fuck them.
they're not
They
around
don't.
anymore,
They're not
but
around. Top 3.
that Sega Genesis and that Dreamcast and Sega Saturn, them shits hit hard,
Yeah,
bruh. I love those fucking.
yeah.
Even though they fell, those are
The
some of my favorite
Saturn, the
consoles, bruh.
Saturn was the
Sega
fucking
Saturn, baby.
arcade fucking killer,
Oh,
dude.
dog.
That's
That's
mainly the reason why it killed itself though, because they was putting all the arcade titles that they made for arcades,
yep,
they put it on the fucking Dreamcast.
and they played
And
beautifully.
yeah,
You know what?
yep.
That's funny that you mentioned that though, because that's what people are afraid that Sony is going to do by putting their games on the PC.
But it's nothing. It's not the same though.
Why not?
It's not. It's not because they're not gonna go out of business if they put their fucking shit on fucking.
Nah, I
The
mean
thing
that
with Sega,
the
yeah, but it's a
sector, the
different. It's a
sector.
different. It's a different cycle though. It's a different cycle because just because they put them on PC doesn't mean that they're not going to continue to make them for their console. They're still going to make their console. It's like Microsoft is still going to make their console,
Maybe.
even though they're putting their games on fucking PC too.
Well, it
But
can,
the thing that fucked Sega up, they were trying to make money in the arcade space while at the same time putting those same arcades in your home space, which means
they fucked themselves both ends.
they fucked themselves both ends because all the money that they spent making this console, plus the all shit ton of money they made making those fucking arcade machines,
Yeah,
put them in a hole financially wise.
and the arcade scene was dying
Anyway.
back then too. Yeah,
Yeah,
that console wasn't cheap either. The Sega Saturn, I had to wait one or two
$400.
yeah. I got mine.
Christmases for
I got
that
mine
shit,
from
bruh.
a pawn shop. I got mine
I-
from a pawn shop.
$3
I had
$100.
to
$3.99.
cut so many lawns and
$3.99
I remember
Yeah, man.
that shit
back
was
then.
expensive, bro.
Back then,
Yeah,
I
that was a
love
lot of
stuff.
money.
And I had an all black one that I got from the fucking pawn shop, dude.
And you can
Yeah,
play.
I had the all black one too.
You can play CDs and
Mhm.
all sorts of shit. I was like, all right.
Yeah,
So
you know how many times I listened to Sade on my Sega Saturn, bro? That's why I was like, yo, this is my favorite console.
man, that fucking
Mhm.
yawning
Sade,
ass shit.
bro.
I
Yeah,
was
bro.
gonna say,
You talk about
yeah,
Sade
I
like
was
that,
gonna,
nigga.
I
How
was
dare
gonna
you,
listen,
nigga?
and let's get ready to rumble, son. It was on. It was on.
Yeah, nigga. Yo, with
And
the
that was
spaceship
the
flying.
yeah.
Y'all remember the
And then
spaceship? Oh, y'all know that Sega
and then
Saturn,
the
boy.
Saturn, and then the
Built
Saturn
in.
was the only place that you
Built
could
it.
play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 before it came to the fucking PlayStation.
Those are arcade
I
situations.
didn't have that, but I had the X-Men Children of Adam. I didn't play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 till Dreamcast. That's why I
Mhm.
played it at. Yeah.
I
Now we
meant the
got
Dreamcast. I don't know why I said the Saturn. I meant the Dreamcast.
Oh, okay.
That was the only place you
Yeah,
could play
I had it
fucking
on
Marvel
Dream.
vs. Capcom 2
Mhm.
before it came. When they found out they were getting ready to go out of business, then they moved it fucking to the PlayStation.
Yo, niggas was burning copies of Marvel vs. Capcom. Yo, this Dreamcast had a really bad issue with
Let me
bootlegging,
tell
bro.
you.
It
Let me
was
tell you
too easy
how
to
I fucking.
bootleg.
Yeah, I had went to fucking Babbage's before it turned to fucking GameStop and bought fucking
Mhm.
Virtual On, right? Because I had
Mhm.
played it in an arcade a long time ago. Bought Virtual On, right? Getting ready to wait for the bus to come back, so I went to the arcade. I was like, let me try this shit out. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Nigga, I immediately after losing like $5 on that shit, I immediately went back to fucking Babbage's and exchanged that motherfucker for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and came back. Made sure I mastered that shit before I went to the homeboy's house.
so we're
Yo,
gonna go.
Marvel too. Ooh.
We're gonna go to the last topic here. This is why I want to get Killer Tay's information or way of what he thinks about this shit. The last thing is we talked about this earlier. You weren't here, but the gaming price and I'm echoing. I'm not sure what is causing the echoing. You may gotta turn on your headset mic.
It might be that Blue Yachty.
Nah, that Bugatti is on the hood, nigga. the Yachty. How about now?
Let me see here.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, you're good now.
Echo ass nigga.
I was like, it's regular. It's regular. I'm not even hyped
Yo,
anymore.
check you could turn down the user volume. You probably got my user volume down, bro.
No, you sound good. It was just that I was echoing. through your
No, I'm
mic.
talking about. I had to switch mics because you couldn't hear me. You can click on my name and then you can check the user volume there.
That's what I was trying to do, and I think yours was just regular. Let me see here.
Put that shit to 100%. I had you at 100, but that shit was too loud, I guess.
Right here, I see a user volume. Okay.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. Anyway.
Bitch, don't talk about my blue yachty.
You.
Bat, Lil Yachty. Good
Um,
money on that shit. Damn it.
So what we're going to talk about is gaming pricing dilemma. We touched upon this shit before, and we were talking about corporation people capping for corporations. So okay, so I'm just going to ask you straight up because this is where it's coming from. Metroid Dread for $60, yes or no?
Yes,
Why?
because it's a well-established title that, I mean, it deserves that.
It deserves
It has
that.
never been one bad Metroid. So every dollar that you put in that motherfucker is gonna be worth it.
Okay. So let me ask you a question.
What's up?
Do you know that? Don't take this personal. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Period. I don't mean nothing by it. How long you into your wife?
About 14 years.
14 years, right? Would you have married your wife if you found out she had 40 bodies?
I mean, shit. Every female done had 40
No.
bodies
I
before
don't
you get
know.
married.
I'm talking about you knowing it.
More than likely.
So just because of her history,
Wait, hold up. It depends. Did she get all those 40 bodies in a span of a week, or throughout her lifetime?
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, there's a difference.
5 years before you married her.
40 bodies, 5 years before I married her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because by that time, 5 years before I met her, shit. 5 years after having sex, I had 20 on my belt.
No, I okay. So it's a little different. I forgot where I was going with that. That made no damn sense. My bad.
I didn't see where you was going with that. Like, this nigga in the military, though. He was in the military. That nigga got bodies.
Yeah,
He
I
ain't
had
judging
20 of my
nobody.
belt.
It don't work the same way with niggas. Shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, like my whole thing is this: you think it's worth it because it's well established, right? And you think that's what I
It's
don't even
well
know.
established.
It's well
I mean,
established.
Metroid has proven itself out of you. I think it's only been one bad one. That's because of story wise. I think it was either Fusion or Other M
Other M.
that people didn't really like it
Other M.
because of story wise. But gameplay wise, that motherfucker has been consistent with growing from the first one all the way to the one now. And if a game has been showing consistency throughout the year in gameplay and story, I mean, that shit is worth it, dude.
You see what Push said?
Nah, what do you say?
Nigga said, LOL, 40 bodies is 40 bodies. Don't change nothing.
Hey.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Yo, especially if she gave you a fucking description.
Shit. Nah, it's a different story. If she's like Bukaki and these motherfuckers in one night.
Well, you act like this nigga's so loyal. Yo,
40 minutes? Bukaki 40 niggas in one night? What the fuck?
Yo, he's so
talking
loyal.
About a train and something else that like one body every other night. That's different.
Yo,
he's
no, it's not. It's all the same
thing.
Is
different, nigga.
Yeah,
nah, nigga.
Yo, Tay,
you gonna tell me to train the same thing over a span of 5 years? That's not the thing.
Yo, it means it's still.
You can never look at a person the same.
It's minimal.
You really went through a train? Nah, hell no.
It's minimal.
Hell no.
Why? But she's the perfect. Why? But she's the perfect wife.
Nah, nigga.
She need to get it out of her system.
No trains, nigga.
I want to give you guys a truth. For you, just know every time you kiss your wife, mwah, have a good day, honey. There was dicks in that shit.
Nah, nigga.
Hey, nigga.
That's what you talking about, nigga.
Hey, nigga.
It's
Every
the
time
fact
you go down on the
that
women, just know she might have ran through fucking. I might have ran through that bitch, and I done nutted all over her face, her titties. You done sucked the titty that had nut on it before. You didn't kiss the cheek that had nut on it before.
I fuck with age. First of
I
all,
hate y'all niggas,
first of
man.
all, I
You
fuck with
you
black
done
girls. You
ate
don't fuck
some
with black girls.
pussy. You done ate some pussy that had nut in it, motherfucker. You know it's a lot of niggas that don't pull out.
She had that warm cloth, yo.
And if you
I
eat
know it's
ass,
all y'all single
and
niggas out here still mingling. Y'all got to worry about
and y'all,
COVID-19s,
y'all,
all
look,
types of herpes and shit.
y'all niggas that's out there eating the ass, you done ate
Ugh.
titty cum, nigga. Cause niggas done busted all in that asshole, and you done ate it plus her shitty doo doo.
That's
Oh
why
my
I'm, that's
Y'all
god.
niggas,
every
y'all
That
time.
nigga
niggas are
said
the
shitty
nastiest.
doo
Cause yo, that dude's gonna have every guy
doo.
that heard this fucking podcast, you're gonna have PTSD. You're gonna give her a kiss and start having flashbacks of
Oh
all sorts
man.
of shit.
It's too late. It's too late. You already done kissed the titty that some nigga that busted. I done busted on a couple of titties myself, nigga.
By the way,
Ugh.
Yeah, nigga. And I was in the army, so they done spread it out. Son. They done
yo,
spread it out. Everybody done kissed that
black
bitch.
would be like this. She'd be like, you wanna do something? Nah, I'm good. Well, not.
Nah. You let a nigga nut on your titties. Fuck you.
That was 10 years ago. Nope.
Nah.
I gotta think about it.
It's a fact.
I gotta
Just
think
think
about
about
it.
it. Though. If it was a train and it was like multiple samples of semen at the same time,
Yeah.
a cesspool of fucking human excrement, nigga. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
And you done had an
I'm
earth
good, nigga.
amount of people on your body right now. What are you talking about, woman?
I'm good.
You had the whole planet of motherfucking semen on your ass. I
you
don't
could have
love you no more. Divorce.
you could have rewild the world after a fucking apocalypse. All that semen on your chest.
Oh, what the fuck you talking about, bro?
I don't fucking know. I had to say
This shit
it.
going left. This shit went all the way the fuck left, nigga.
I had to
Shit.
redeem
Had
my
to hit
example.
niggas with truth. Had to hit niggas with truth.
Oh my god.
So yeah, so you think do you think that quality you can quantify quality by looking at a game graphically?
With certain games, not all.
And you don't want
Certain
more
games.
you don't want more out of Metroid Dread? You don't want more out of that?
I mean, out of Metroid Dread, I get what it is and what it's going to be,
Right.
but I also know the more that the more that everybody want is coming down the line with Metroid Prime.
How you
So
know?
because Metroid Prime 4 is still in development. They
Then
haven't canceled it. And that
they had to
motherfucker's
go
still
back
coming
to
out.
they had to go back to the drawing board, my nigga.
And that's cool.
I don't
I
know,
mean, we
man.
don't say that. We don't say that when fucking PlayStation games get delayed.
No. So there's delayed and there's going back to the drawing board.
Yeah. We don't know what the fuck they doing when they say delayed.
Well, that's Nintendo had to come out and was like, "Yo, my bad."
Okay. Look how long it took for Let It Die to come out.
Who the fuck is that?
That's the game that they showed during the fucking showing of the PS4.
That
With
Sony
E3
don't make that shit.
That was a Sony game.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Let It Die is not made by Sony.
Who it made by then?
I don't know. No, it's not. It's not Sony. Let me
It's
take a look
Sony.
here. Nope. We're gonna find out right now.
Yep.
Talking about some pony killer, yo. Let
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
die.
Discord pony could have had that, nigga. Get it right.
That nigga bought some shit up that had nothing to do with it. Talking about some pony killing. I got your pony killer, nigga.
Fucking the publisher was Grasshopper Manufacturer. The fuck out of here.
Who the
Not the
fuck is
publisher,
that?
Who's
but
the
the developer, excuse me, the developer is Grasshopper Manufacturer. The publisher is
Okay.
Gung Ho Online.
Who?
Gung Ho Online.
Owned by Sony.
No, all right. So anyway,
Hell no, let it die ain't no Sony game, nigga. He said that shit with confidence too.
Look how long it took for fucking.
I didn't play that game. I don't know nothing about it.
I don't know nothing
Look
about
how
that
long
game.
it took for Days Gone to come out. Look how long it took for fucking.
But it wasn't scrapped and done again.
What was it? Killzone 2. When that motherfucker came.
None of those were scrapped out. None of those were scrapped. It wasn't 6 years.
Who said it? Metroid Prime is not scrapped.
Nintendo said it. My bad. We gotta do this shit again.
Okay, that's not scrap. They just fucking going back to the drawing board.
We're not gonna play these
Scrap
fucking.
means they come. You are we are we are we
We're
are
not gonna
we
do these
fucking denying
semantics.
what
We're not
scrap
gonna do.
means?
We're not
Scrap
gonna
means
do.
I'm throwing that bitch in the trash and it's never coming out.
No, it means that the
Like
idea, whatever they had prior to,
motherfucking
whatever they
like
had prior
that
to
game,
it, they scrapped that shit and did it
like
again.
deep down. That shit ain't never coming out. That shit was
No,
scrap.
that's not. No, the idea of what they had before is scrapped. They threw that shit out and they
Come
started
on,
over
dude.
again. Whatever
Come on,
concept
dude.
it was,
Come
is
on, dude.
done.
Come on,
That's
dude.
it. You're telling me
That's
you're
done.
capping. You're telling me you're capping for Metroid to be a $60 game?
Yeah, that shit is a $60 game. And when fucking Prime come out, that shit might be a $70 game. I gotta see it.
All right. So Black, what you gotta say about his ridiculous comments?
I just disagree with it, that it's a $60 game.
I mean, you could disagree.
That's just me. That's my
Ain't
opinion.
nothing
He got
wrong
his
with
opinion.
disagreeing.
I could, like I said, value subjective like a motherfucker. But for me, it's not a $60 game because I don't see the growth, and that's just
I'm a Metroid fan.
yeah. And I'm not.
And
I'm not a Metroid fan, so nostalgia does come into play.
Yeah, and then the stuff that you can do in this game compared to the previous games have been different.
Like what?
Each game has been different.
Like
the
what?
way you
Like
play it.
what?
Like fucking
GBA,
like Metroid
GBA,
like Metroid
GBA,
like
and
Metroid
Metroid
Fusion. If
Glory.
you're gonna let me, if you're gonna let me, you're gonna let me.
No, I want to. No, I'm talking about. Hey, yo.
You said like what? And I was
Uh,
getting ready to answer, and then you went on
No,
with some other stuff.
you're going on to Metroid Fusion. I'm talking about the best Metroids, Game Boy Advance, that one versus Dread. Differences, please.
Which is Fusion. Fusion, when you kill like the boss and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of it just dying, you actually take abilities from it, right? The one now, I haven't played yet, so I can't really tell you, but I know they play vastly different from the other
So you haven't bought Metroid Dread?
No,
He said he
I don't
didn't
have.
play it yet.
Nigga, you know I ain't got no Switch yet.
Oh, you ain't got a Switch?
Look
Wow.
at this capping ass.
I don't know, man. You
all
sounding
right.
like somebody else. I had to call out.
Man,
Hold
this
up.
nigga said it was
That shit
worth
worth
it.
$60. I ain't got
Hold
it
up.
yet. I ain't got it yet, but it's worth 60.
Hold up.
Nah, nigga. Good.
If you can look at an Xbox game and say it's trash and it's not worth it, I can look at a fucking game and say it's a good game, and I ain't even played it.
Who did that though?
I got you.
You.
When
Every
I do
fucking
this,
Xbox. What game you played? Have you played Quantum Break?
yes.
Lies. What's your
No.
game attack?
I played it.
What's your game attack?
I don't have it.
What's your
I
game
don't have
attack?
it. I don't have a game
L-Book
attack. But you act
Scales.
like.
I don't know if I got any achievements in that motherfucker, but I definitely played it on my Xbox.
But you act like
Oh
I
my
don't have
God.
I don't have an Xbox.
So
but,
I'm the
like, I
only
don't
I'm
have-
the only one that's gonna be real about what I played and what I don't play.
No, I am
Play
being
Quantum
real.
Break. Well, you talking to him? You talking to me? I play Quantum Break.
I have friends that have Xbox. What you
I
talking
haven't
about?
beat that shit because I thought it was trash. But
What friends you got? What's their name?
All right, so no, we not doing this. Nope.
I think what's your
We're not
Xbox?
doing this.
So we gonna do this friend stuff. We're
No.
gonna do this friend stuff. We're gonna do the friend
I
stuff.
make sure that
Oh,
when
shit.
We don't
I
let
make sure-
bots do that shit.
I'm
We don't
gonna-
let bots do that shit, but we gonna do it.
When did you let a bot do that?
Where we going with this? Because we kind of don't. I want to get off track of this shit. What was your
I don't
point?
know. That's Killer Tay's MO. Yo, always.
No,
fucking-
I ain't trying to throw no
How's
shots. I'm
it
just trying to see where he was going with
how's
it.
it
He had a
out?
point. He had a point.
How's it out? The point is, if you can look at a game and not play it, right, and say that it's gonna be trash, how come I can't look at a game and say, hey, that motherfucker
good.
look good?
No, you can do that. You can do that.
That's the point.
You can do that. You right.
And I will be.
But
And
you
I'll
can't
be.
say I'm capping.
And I'll be a
when y'all-
hypocrite. I'll be
but
a-
If I'm
it is-
capping,
The confidence
if I'm
that you were
capping-
talking about the game,
but
we thought
look,
that you bought it. That's what it
but
was.
look,
It's a
but
little
look.
shot.
If I'm capping about this, then you're capping about a game being trash when you haven't even played it.
Who did that though? Where's your proof?
You're doing it now
About what?
by saying the game is not even worth it,
All right.
and you haven't even played it.
And you're right. That would be a hypocrite. That would be hypocritical of me for saying this,
Thank
right?
you.
But
Mhm.
the budget for this game doesn't scale
The
well with
budget
the
doesn't-
cost.
the
The
budget
budget
doesn't-
absolutely does.
but the budget doesn't determine if the game is good or not.
I'm not talking about good. We're talking
We're
about
not talking
worth
about
it.
that.
That's not even
worth
that's
it.
not that don't even
I
determine
think you're
if the
using the wrong
game
question,
grew
though.
from the previous game though.
Yeah,
What are you saying?
I don't
again?
think that question is right, bruh. I don't think that question is right. I don't. To
Yeah.
me, if you're saying worth it, everybody's gonna find different worth, dog. So that's just
Yeah.
subjective as fuck. If we talking about budget and we talking about dollars, then we know that game, the cost of that game doesn't equate to what they charging that shit. They getting a huge profit margin off of that game
So
because
okay.
that game didn't cost that much.
So okay,
to be
so
charging
since we're gonna go that route, I knew Killer Tay was gonna go this route. I really did. So
Yeah.
I had
I'm
something.
killing you.
My dog be
Killing you,
finding
man.
Killer Tay
Killing
be
you,
finding
man.
some loopholes, bro.
I mean, I brought
He see the
up
zeros
a
and
good.
ones.
It's not a loophole. It's a good point. I mean, just because the
think-
budget is, just because fucking God of War has this great fucking budget, right?
Mhm.
Who's to say the second game with an even bigger budget is going to be better than the first one?
We don't know yet. You're absolutely
But
right.
the
Exactly.
question was, I don't
Exactly.
think
That's
I don't
all.
think that
That's
the question was
all my
about better.
point is.
Well,
I mean,
but again, the discussion about is monetary value for this particular game,
What?
according to how they made it, the materials that they used to make it, and that's what is unethical to me. So, right, you have a McDonald's nearby, right?
mhm.
And those, what is it? Those Mc ice creams or whatever the fuck what they call it again?
Yeah,
Flurries?
McFlurries.
No, the McFlurries, but the ice cream.
The McFlurries.
No,
McFlurries,
the
nigga.
actual ice cream cones.
Oh, the ice cream cone, nigga. Shit.
I don't have a special. They don't have a
I don't
special
know.
name.
Okay,
McCone.
I don't know. McCone, nigga. What the fuck? I don't...
Yeah, yeah. I thought it
The
was fucking
McCone?
McFlurry. They either put it on. You either ask
Yeah.
for a cone or you ask for it in the cup.
Yeah, facts.
Do you like a McFlurry?
I did when they first came out with them, but shit, every McDonald's fucking ice cream fucking shit been broken every fucking since
Mine
then.
too. This shit's been broken.
I haven't even fucking. I haven't even tried them since then though.
Some shit say never. Niggas don't even ask no more. They're like, nah, they ain't got it. They ain't got
If you compare McDonald's McFlurry to like fucking Cold Stones, yeah, it's a different story.
Oh
Cold
no,
Stones is
but maybe I don't like
motherfucking
that. Maybe I don't like where they get the milk to make the ice cream.
I mean, okay.
So if McDonald's charged you
hmm
$19.99 for that one for a McFlurry,
Mm.
you know damn well it don't cost no $19 per cup.
It better be a pretty big cup.
No, same one.
Oh, then no, that's not worth it.
So how can you not say that about gaming? Because again, if you want to go,
Because gaming is a form of entertainment. It's not.
I'm entertained. I'm
fucking-
entertained with them fucking ice cream frozen bitch do to my taste buds.
Nigga, you
The
nigga,
la-
this analogy is fucking retarded, nigga.
No, it's not. No, it's
How
not.
the fuck you going? Oh, you gonna get an ice cream? Oh, this is very entertaining.
No, but we talking
Look at
about
that
no.
motherfucker.
It still have a subjective value to it, right? But you can only run with this subjective value so far. You can only run with this shit so far. I get it. It could be fun. Metroid could be very, very fun. I get it. But $60 fun is the question. And what is making but hold on. What is making this Metroid better than the other ones that will make it so that you have to pay $60 for it? What is it doing? If that's the case, then they can release. You can hop right over that ice
I don't
cream.
like when niggas be debating that. I hate these fucking analogies,
It's the
dog.
same
Fuck
analogy that
analogies.
you brought up with the fucking.
No.
If your wife fucking had 40 bodies on her, that's the same fucking shit.
No,
No
it
more
wasn't.
analogies, bro. Y'all niggas be
You trying
ruining
to fucking
discussions
win.
with
You trying
analogies,
to
bro.
fucking win.
Fuck these
You just trying
analogies.
to win,
I'm
nigga.
tired of this shit. Stop beating around the bush.
I killed
Hey,
you, man. I
let
killed
me
you,
ask
man.
you a question, brother. Let me ask
I
you a
ain't kill
question,
you.
bro.
I just entered you real bad with this analogy, though.
No, you didn't. Go on, Black.
Hey, do you want a next gen Metroid, bro? You want a next gen Metroid on a powerful console, bro?
It depends on what the next gen is. That's what he's gonna say.
Do you want
I'm
a
not
console
gonna say
similar, a Nintendo console similar to the PlayStation 5 and
Yeah,
Xbox Series X?
look. That's the whole reason why I'm waiting on the fucking Switch, and I'm waiting on fucking Metroid Prime 4
Right.
and fucking what's call it? Bayonetta 3.
Yeah. So what I think you think of getting at, and me and this nigga was having a conversation, dog. I want Nintendo. Nintendo been putting out quality games, bro. I can't fucking say that the games ain't quality, bro. In
Yeah.
some form or fashion, right? They just
Mhm.
not investing into. They're not challenging themselves, to make games, or they're not taking large risks like on these games. These games don't cost a lot of money to make, and they making tons of money on these games.
Hand
And I feel
over
like
fist.
as fucking consumers, we need to be telling you niggas, I want more. And I don't feel like the Nintendo fans are doing that shit. They complacent with this technology, with these games. There's nothing wrong with the games, but me as a nigga who like next gen shit, and I want next gen experiences, I'm not the only one. And we can sit here and talk about how games don't have to look good. That's true.
And
But it is nice to have good looking games too, right?
bomb
And
ass and
niggas
bomb
don't
ass
But
niggas
analogy.
don't ask Nintendo for that shit.
and I get where y'all coming from. I'm not saying that y'all wrong in y'all opinions on it, but for me, Metroid is one of those games that Nintendo have that will always be worth 60.
Okay, I
Nigga,
hear
back
you.
in the day, there
It's
were
just
games that
it's
was
just
like $40. So
just because of my reason that that game itself has always evolved from its previous version. Like fucking Metroid 1, the fucking Game Boy black and white screen was fucking better for Metroid 2 was better than fucking first Metroid. Super Metroid 3 was fucking hell of a fucking jump from fucking the Game Boy Metroid 2.
Mhm.
The one after Super Metroid was fucking way better than fucking Super Metroid, which was 3.
what
I
made
mean,
those jumps,
game.
right? Those jumps back in the day, what made those jumps, in your opinion, like large to you?
I mean, I mean, it's because they were 2D games. It's more like fucking uh, the colors and the stuff playing as while you're playing it.
Graphics,
It
right?
just felt
Just
different from it just felt
graphics
different
and
from
move
the
it
previous.
moved more, it fluid and like for me.
Yeah, just like this one, like this one from the last Metroid, which was still fucking flat 2D base.
hmm
This one is like a 3D 2D base, and this one is, from what it looks like, is fucking graphically better than the fucking previous one.
But to me, I feel like they could have done more. Like I would have loved, like you played Returnal, right?
Yeah.
Returnal makes me, and I used to be a big Metroid fan actually. I
Hmm.
always wanted them to keep it a mature like it was before, back in the the PS not PS, but back in Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Pocket those days.
Yeah.
I wanted them to
Yeah.
keep it in a mature, just mature shit I've always liked. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
to me, when I play Returnal, it just makes me desire a Metroid of that nature. You know what I mean? That's what it makes me
Yeah.
want to do. And it's saddening to me, even if it ran at 30 frames a second. You know what I mean? It's like I can
Yeah.
see the potential in an actual Metroid game that's 3D like that. I don't want a first person shooter Metroid. I don't. I want a third party where you can see the model and you can bounce off walls and have all those crazy ass puzzles. You know what I'm
Oh, I
saying?
see what you're saying. I see why you're saying that it's not worth it, because it's not in the you wanted it to be, instead of going first person, give you that third person view, and you actually go out in like an open world type Metroid
Well, open
planet and
setting,
stuff. Yeah.
and it's not has nothing to do with
Yeah.
2D. It has nothing to do with
Yeah.
2D because
Yeah.
I don't think that 2D really quantifies the worth of the game. It's just
Hmm.
when you see the potential of a game, like you've been doing Metroid games the same way, basically, other than the Prime ones for like fucking 30 years. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you got to
Hmm.
move on from that. You know what I'm saying? You got to move on for that. Like, okay, so Tomb Raider, for instance. We're about to wrap this
Hmm.
up too, by the way, because I know you guys have everything. There's other stuff to do. But Tomb Raider, when Tomb Raider first came out back in 1996, right? People were content with how that game played. puzzle oriented. She had a lot of animations. You know what I mean? It was great. But when he followed up with the Tomb Raider 2, it pushed the gameplay forward where vehicles, flares, you needed flares to find out other locations and stuff like that. They gave her more. And those vehicles added more to the gameplay. Like there was this one scene where it was like a time door. It was in Venice. And you had to take that speedboat and ram it. We had to jump the ramp or whatever the case is. Break through the glass. I don't know if you guys played this. Break through the
Yeah, I
glass
know which one you're talking about. Yeah,
and go over the fucking mines that they had in the fucking waterways and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like that was like
yeah,
crazy ass fucking puzzles. You know? And I was like, and then that house, you in the first one, all you could do was just go into the living room and the swimming pool, and that was it. This one, they had made
yeah,
the whole house into a fucking level where you can just play around and you can learn the repertoire and at your own pace. You know what I mean? Without any kind of enemies trying to attack you. And the third one, they added different environments that allow for different types of puzzles.
yeah. They made her give
You
him all
want
fours.
this nigga. He did. I used to love that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. But
Yeah,
she was able to crawl, monkey swing, sprint. That's for different puzzles. She wasn't even in caves anymore. She was in like Area 51, high technical places. You know, I mean, she went to Antarctica. You had to go onto a boat. That was stuff like a big ass Titanic type boat. That was stuff that you didn't see before. And then when they did Tomb Raider 4, they made it so that all of the levels were connected. You was only in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
you can combine items like because the game's a puzzle game. They added more and more and more to the puzzles. By the time they jumped the next generation, they said that we need to make this like an RPG at this point in time. You had to build up your abilities and shit like that. I'm expecting that from any kind of game. You know what I'm saying? Just like Horizon Forbidden West. Now you can climb any environment. Now you can hover. They've added a full-on melee system. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the leap that I'm looking for. Not I don't like if Forbidden West did what Zero Dawn did, I would not be happy. Like I don't want Zero Dawn in a new environment. There was a lot of things that they could have fixed. And
mm,
I feel like the formula, even with Mario, every time they make another Mario game, yo, it is completely fucking different from the next. The only thing that's the same is the fucking Mario and his likeness. You know, you go from the 2D Marios to the 3D Marios, right? And then from the 3D
mm.
Marios, you had the little fucking water pack, which that changed everything up. Then they went from that fucking shit to fucking Odyssey. You jumped on different planets, and from different planets, you can change Mario
You
into
meant
different
Galaxy.
abilities. Huh?
You meant Galaxy.
Yeah, Galaxy. And I know. Oh no, yeah,
Yeah,
Galaxy. And then Odyssey, you were transforming yourself into different things. Like
yeah,
every time they make a Mario, it is vastly different. You cannot compare in the 3D space one Mario to the other Mario. You just can't. They don't play the same. What Metroid is just like, okay, well, you got different levels and it may look better. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes me feel that it's not worth it. You've been doing this over and over again, and you've been slightly refining the original, thing. Even with Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo went from these tracks to better physics to fucking you can change your vehicles anytime you want to adding online plays, change your vehicle stuff. The online play to day and night cycles and real time weather changes, all sorts of crazy shit. I'm looking for that massive leap. Uh, what would you
but
say?
I mean, they basically gave you that with Metroid Prime, though.
But Metroid Prime is not Metroid.
But it is. It's just in first person. But you're looking. I think the reason why you don't feel that it's worth it because you feel it should have been in third person. Is that what I'm getting at?
I feel
That
like
you
they
feel
should.
that it
Yeah,
would have been better in third person.
I do. I do. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do.
I
And
knew
you,
Metroid Prime would have been
yeah,
worth
and then
60
you
in my
might be
opinion.
right because I mean, and then and you in all actuality, you might be right. Now that I'm thinking about a third person, fucking Metroid, even if Prime lets you switch from third to first, I mean
That would be fucking lit.
that would have been okay.
I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
you
that
right
would have been
now. I'm
okay.
gonna tell you right now, especially especially that I travel, right? And I
Yeah.
use my Vita. Yo, gaming night, what's going on? He said, cut the cap. This nigga.
Cut the cap.
um, especially since I use my Vita for travel, right?
Mm.
If Nintendo does two things, these two conditions, make a 3D Metroid the way that I'm describing it, basically the other 2D Metroid, and put it into a 3D environment where you can walk around like Returnal. And then
Yeah.
make Pokemon like Grand Theft Auto, where you have a town and shit like that, and you can brush up against a fucking bush and get a fucking Pokemon to come out. You try that type of shit, and capture the adventure spirit, like the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Colors and shit like that did. I will buy a Switch on site. I'm telling you that. I don't like these little pieces of iterations that they're doing with their gaming consoles where they don't really like. Me and Black said this too, and Black, you can talk, and then we can close this out. If it wasn't for Microsoft, right, or Nintendo, Sony would not be in the position that they are. No, I'm sorry. Let me slice it up and let me just focus on this. If it wasn't for Microsoft, right, doing what they did with the 360, we wouldn't have The Last of Us. We wouldn't have Uncharted. Killzone would have never moved out of there. No fucking God of War and its iteration. No Spider-Man. We wouldn't have none of that fucking shit without competition. None of it.
That's facts.
No one's pushing Nintendo to do shit because they decided to exit the console gaming space and just do their own thing. And it's like, no one's holding these niggas accountable. They could do whatever the fuck they want. And honestly, Tay, did you know about their price hike for their online play?
Who's?
Nintendo's $60. No trophies, no chat, cross game chat, no
Yeah.
music, no Netflix, no nothing.
Yeah. They've been thinking about doing that
$60 a
for a
month, though,
while
right?
though.
That's
Huh?
not $60 a month. That's like a year.
$60 a
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
charging for a month. So it's still not that bad because they
Yeah.
give you
I
access
mean,
to a
you
bunch
get
of games.
yeah, you get for $60 a year on fucking Nintendo and fucking PlayStation, you get all that plus free games.
Hmm.
But here's the thing, though. Like, you can say that they're giving you games and shit like that. This is what I was referring to, Cap. You can give all those
Mm.
games, but like, if you really look at what really comes with it,
Mm.
there's 20-year-old games, like almost minimal. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Why don't you let us play our old games? People always get pissed off with Sony. If Sony slips up once with their fucking game, what do you call it, PlayStation Plus? Guess what they're doing?
Hmm.
They flipping the fuck out. Oh my god! Oh, no. Sony had to give you 3 games in November. You know what I mean? To shut your motherfucker asses up. It's that deep. No one says nothing to Nintendo. Let me give you 20 to 25, 30-year-old games and shut the fuck up. I'm going to still raise the fucking price. Microsoft raised the price for no reason too. And everybody was shutting them down too. Sony was the biggest competition they had in the handheld space. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Sony, like everybody shits on Microsoft and Sony. But then all of a sudden, Nintendo is exempt. I'm going to say it. Nintendo is the LGBT of gaming space. Can't say shit about them. Nothing.
These niggas making analogies. Stop with the analogies.
act like I'm wrong, yo. They are the
Nintendo is the
LGBTQ.
Nintendo of the gaming space.
No, they're
nigga.
not. They're the LGBTQ plus. You can't say shit about them. Nothing. Everything is right.
Yeah, I hear you. There's some similarities in that aspect. You can't say shit about them, though.
Hey, they can't do nothing wrong. They could just say whatever. They could be as toxic as they want to be, and that's it. Can't say nothing about it. You know what I mean? Digital. I'm gonna say this last thing. Digital Foundry would really do backflips and mental gymnastics to make for a Switch game. This is great. But when the PlayStation Pro came out, they're fucking 1 frame lower. Oh, this is not the ideal way to play. Oh, frame pacing. The game on the Switch can have horrible frame pacing, horrible frame rate, low resolution, and it's somehow a miracle for them. Like nobody questions them. You know what I mean? They have horrible fucking policy with their game. They never drop their prices in games ever, like ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Nintendo never have sales.
You know what I mean? They don't have sales. They
The Nintendo fanboys, they fucking argue with that shit. They be like, nah, they do have sales. They got sales. They
Yeah,
far and
you
few in
gotta go to
between. Ain't
GameStop.
that big of a
You gotta
price
go to
drop.
You gotta go to GameStop and get them get GameStop prices for the fucking Nintendo sales for
Yeah,
used fucking
for the
shit.
most part, yeah. They do have some sales, but it's not a lot of them, and it's not that significant in terms of cost.
Yeah, it's like $2 or $3 cheaper.
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah,
like,
dude.
they're not doing anybody any favors. Trust me.
and they shut
Yeah.
down Kotaku's fucking thing about emulation, yo. That whole article had to go.
For real,
I
they
was
shut
like,
that down, bro.
yeah, they did,
Yeah,
yo.
they shut
Yeah,
that
they
bitch
did.
down quick.
Oh
son.
shit! So then Nintendo said cease and desist.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Mhm.
Hell nah.
Yo, they are on some wild shit, yo. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You can you do what you want to do with your money. You could like that
Of course.
stuff. You know what I mean? You can like Nintendo shit. Cool. Great. Just be cognizant of like how much you're getting fucked. That's all I'm saying. And that you should really ask more. Just like for anybody. When you at your job, if your job gives you a fucking 7-cent raise, you'd be like, oh hell no. I'm excuse me, sir. Can you do better than this? Marcus Nintendo's giving you fucking scraps, and you're like, please, I want some more. You know what I mean? Y'all don't even question these niggas at all. That's the problem. Like, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do because no one's saying anything about them. They made an OLED, and people still buying these fucking Switches just to be the first person to buy a fucking OLED. Look at me, I got it. That's it, crazy. Oh my god, the contrast is so deep. You see that? It's like, look at the blacks. That's it.
Now niggas care about OLEDs now.
Now you care about
Care about no
OLEDs.
damn OLEDs.
You definitely didn't.
Those niggas didn't care about no OLEDs before.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. Honestly, I know you probably seen them on Twitter, right? And if you were looking at this or seen this, shout out to you. I apologize. I just rolled my eyes when you posted that fucking tweet. This nigga had a Switch, a regular Switch, and an OLED. It was like, look at the difference.
Yeah.
Where?
It was nice, but it was like
I didn't
still
see the
Switch
fucking
at the end of the
difference.
day,
No,
man.
he said, look at the
I saw
difference
the
in the computer.
difference.
I didn't see that shit at all, man.
It was slightly more contrast, dog.
Ain't no little bit. That's not what you paying a whole $250 for.
Hey, the OLED looked better and the screen was bigger. That was the only difference.
He was like, look at the difference, yo. That's crazy.
That difference.
Shit was boo-boo.
That's all I'm saying. Look, that's all I'm saying. Like, if you're going to, because Nintendo fan base usually is in their own microcosm of shit. They don't really give a fuck, really. They do them. But for the other people that want a social justice, you guys should be outraged by Sony closing down a 20-year-old store. How dare they keep that store open like that? What if I wanted to play this game from 15 years ago? I should have the right. Like, come on, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you let Nintendo slide, though? You turn a blind eye to that shit, yo? I'm trying to tell you, yo, that's the LGBT community, yo. That's how they are, yo. They turn a blind eye to that shit. They be like, can't say nothing about Nintendo. They'll shut me the fuck down. That's like they did with Kotaku. I'm telling you, the parallels is uncanny. Kotaku tried to just do their own freedom of speech, yo. They shut them the fuck down, yo. Turn that shit off. That's what they told Kotaku. Get it off. Close it.
Yo, they shut down D brand too. You heard about that,
Got
bro?
Donald Trump.
Yeah,
D brand got shut down, bro.
D-Brand, no, because D-Brand they were kind of making, I seen advertisement for D-Brand on YouTube. They was like, if you want your console to have that nigga swag, come to us. Click on this shit. I was like, maybe I will. And people must be
In
my
those
order in on
words.
Thursday night, bro. And
Those
they announced that they
the
closed that
exact
shit on
words.
Friday. Shit, crazy.
I was like, yo, but they were really, because Sony, remember, they were going to do different plates and shit like that. But all in all, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying to be a warrior I'm just saying, call out bullshit. That's all I'm saying. Just call it out. Call out the bullshit anywhere it goes. Only like if it's a legitimate bullshit. Closing. Worrying about a PlayStation 3 not being able to play your game without any kind of proof. You know what I'm saying? Not being able to play your games because of the CMOS battery. You don't even know if they're going to send an update to fix it, which they already did. Like, who does that? I'm gonna open up my PS3 and take out the battery to see if it work. Like you
I don't
looking for
know.
shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about blatant shit that needs to be changed, such as the return policy for the PS 5 and 4, the PS Store. That needs to be all the way fixed. The second I download a game, I can't return it. The fuck?
Nah, dog.
I don't even know what it is. I looked at your video, and that video said that it's good. And I know why they're doing it, because the publishers are like, yo, a lot of games are shit. And if somebody start playing the game and it's shit, and people start returning that shit, Sony getting the profit, and they're getting the profit. You can't even take that away. So I know why they're doing it, but that's the type of shit that they need to be held accountable for. Everybody, all these fucking companies need to be held accountable for. You want to call your cable company, my bill too high, you hold them motherfuckers accountable. And I work for the cable industry. I'll get customers that always call me and say, oh my gosh, this bill is so fucking high. I can't stand this company. And then turn around and have an AT&T bill for $400 for 2 lines. Did you call them? You didn't say anything to them? I mean, yeah, it is kind of hard though, but I'm talking about you though. Nah, nigga.
Put my iPhone.
Nah, nigga. You need to call everybody. You gonna say that we high? Hold every motherfucking person accountable, bitch. How about that?
Y'all ain't Apple. Y'all ain't Apple.
You ain't
You're not Apple.
Well, that's what Nintendo thought they were Apple. But listen, guys, I'm gonna scroll up and give everybody a shout out. I don't know who these ghost people were. They came in there. Listen, Push.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure, Push. I don't know, Kelly.
Meat to meat.
No, we ain't doing meat to meat. Devil Shooter. Who else is in here? Umar, you already know what it is. You already know. Gaming Night, yo, and whoever was in there that was sneaking. I'm so grateful for you guys to hit that like button. Y'all already hit that like button. I appreciate it. Y'all a real one. You know what I mean? So definitely we're gonna be back next week. I'm trying to find some decent topics. I'm sure something's gonna just pop up that's gonna be fucking crazy. We still haven't heard from Abandon. I'm pretty. Listen, they finally came out, was like, we're gonna update it.
We're not gonna hear from Abandon, nigga. Them
You
niggas
hear-
abandoned us.
I already know what's
They
gonna happen,
abandoned
bro.
us.
I know what's gonna happen, dog. They're gonna try to cancel Sony for canceling D-Brand and shit. It's gonna happen. Watch Tuesday morning. I can't
wait. And then
But you gonna see the outrage, like, oh my god, why don't you just let them bootleg your shit? It's all good. It's gonna happen. Watch.
All it is plastic. All it is plastic flaps. You already got enough money. I heard that you was going to acquire another studio with your $18 billion. Why you care so much? Why you even care?
Should be outraged.
Yeah, they're gonna talk like Boulder. Why do you even care? That's what they're gonna do. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, yo. Mark it. Magnificent Black, sit this shit. Mark that shit. Mark your calendars. It's gonna be a fucking outrage. It's gonna be a fucking outrage. And Tuesday morning. In terms of Abandon, yo, they give me like PTSD, yo, of what my father did to me, yo. Like honestly, yo, this motherfucker said, I'll be right back, y'all. I'm gonna go to your uncle's house real quick. I never seen him again.
Yeah.
What's up,
I told y'all niggas not to trust in a company that never fucking put out a game.
I think the game's still coming.
That's what I told myself.
COVID-19.
That's why I told myself about my father. I was like, yo, he's still coming.
It's still coming, dog. It's still coming. Trust me.
Download it. Hey, y'all download it.
Listen,
how big that fucking trailer fucking download was?
Listen.
I don't know if it's gone. I don't know.
It's been 27 years, yo. You know, I mean, I'm still waiting on them to get back to me.
84 years.
He went for a pack of cigarettes and milk, man.
He said he was like, yo, I'm gonna go to your Uncle Thomas' house real quick. He never came back. No, I'm playing. That's a fake ass story. Just to let you know. He
Play
dead.
spades.
No, I'm playing.
I'm
He
gonna
dead.
play spades at your uncle's house. I'll be back, little man.
Oh man, yo, that
Damn.
shit crazy. No, that nigga gave me the fucking head wipe, yo. I'll be back. Messed up my fucking hair and shit.
That
That's
nigga was
horrible,
looking
dog.
like Will Smith.
I get visuals from this shit. This shit's fucked up, man.
Nigga, look at that nigga was
Why
sitting there like
yo,
Will
why are
Smith.
you
How
getting
come you
visuals?
don't want
Now,
me, man?
let's talk about that shit. Why are you getting visuals? So what am I saying that's John getting these visuals?
Hey, man, it's very common in
How
the
come
black
you don't
community,
want
bro.
me,
You know
man?
what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm about to be like Will Smith. Yo, I don't
Damn.
care. I don't care, man. Yo, fuck him.
How
Why
come
you
a
don't
bandit
love
don't
me?
want?
I
How
don't
come
love
a bandit don't want to be a game, man? Come on, man.
Come
This
on,
shit, this shit
bandit.
ain't funny, dog. This is the same nigga joking about this shit. But earlier this week, he was talking about how like the fathers ain't there for their sons and shit.
Who
We
said
had a
this?
conversation like that last week. You
Who?
nigga,
I don't know what you're talking about.
no, we was talking about some shit, nigga. That shit. This the same nigga joking about this shit right now. Come on,
Y'all need to
fuck
feel
out of
it.
here, nigga.
All you white motherfuckers, all 9
Shit
of
ain't
you
funny, nigga.
motherfuckers that's white, excluding
Some of them
Push.
motherfuckers ain't got that in either.
Y'all need to see that shit, how that shit look to a black. Why we so angry all the time? Well, why we on World
Hey,
Star? That's why we act
hey,
like that, yo.
you know,
We
you
all,
know, hey,
yo.
you know how to fuck the white ones up.
What?
That think they daddy is they daddy, and they really they dad really is the neighbor.
The milkman.
Yeah,
The milkman.
your daddy ain't no daddy.
The milkman or the paper boy.
How you have enough time to have sex with the paper boy? That nigga is like drive by, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's
Remember
early,
when
yo.
FedEx
It's
and
early,
Amazon
yo.
was at the
That shit
when
is
FedEx
early.
and Amazon was at your house at the same time?
Oh
I'm
shit!
trying to tell you, everywhere you look, there's a dick that your mom probably fucked. But
Horrible, dog.
everywhere you look, everywhere
Yeah.
there's a dick.
Every time your
Your
daddy
mama
kissed you,
done jumped on.
your mama, your daddy kissed you on your forehead. That was your mama's
Oh
pussy
yeah, that's
lips
what y'all
and
got,
some other
yo. That's
woman's
what y'all
pussy
got.
lips that was there.
Yo, Jemiah, that's what y'all got. Y'all got the fucking kiss, yo. Oh, you're getting big, little man. Hold on, really quickly. No, I don't. No, they don't really leave their fucking. They don't really I don't know what they just got fucking. I don't know, therapy problems. I know for black people, that's all I got. He was like, "Hey, what's going on, yo? You look just like your mom. Yo, you look just like your mom. Hi, daddy. Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now. Yo, you gonna be a big, strong dude, yo. But you know what? I got some things to do real quick, yo. I'm gonna go over your uncle's house real quick. Messed up my hair and walked
Yeah.
out. That was 27 years ago, yo. I'm
Oh,
just
shit.
saying. No, that never happened, though. None of that shit happened. I'm gonna tell you, my dad's a piece of shit, though. But oh yeah, as a public service announcement, I think a nigga have COVID. I think I had
You got
COVID.
COVID.
I think I had cocaine. I think I had
That sinus infection was something else, huh?
no. It's, hey, fuck you. No, no. I think that I lost my sense of taste and smell, and then I looked that shit up, and apparently a sinus infection. Because at first I was sore, like muscle wise, I was really sore, and then I was tired, and I had a headache, and then you had the fucking post nasal drip and shit like that was happening, and that's when I started losing my sense of smell, and then we have the seasons change, like in New Jersey. It would have been like 60 degrees across the board, yo. I don't know if you noticed this shit. It is 84 degrees. It was 84 degrees today.
Global warming.
4 degrees. I don't know what it is. And God farted. The quiet one too. You ever had that the little
Silent
disrespect?
but
No, the little disrespectful ones that be just you can hear it though, but it's not loud.
Yeah, that might
That's what he
Win
did.
and shit.
at the end of it, it'll give it that little whistle.
Nah, when you hear that splash at the end, you know you done fucked up.
Or you get one of them
Yeah.
male ones,
Oh.
that straight air, and they leave a little bubble in
Yeah.
between your teeth.
Yeah, that ain't it.
I would never forget. I ain't gonna lie. I would never forget that. I was 7 years old. I was just coming off of a stomach virus, like really bad. I was fucked up. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, man, and I thought I was okay. I remember I had like the little long johns and shit like that on. I thought I was
Yeah.
okay. I honestly did. I was just real gassy. I'm sitting there walking around the house. I was walking. I said, "Oh
Smiling.
fuck." Mm. I said, "I fucked up." That was the only time I shit on myself. I was
Yeah.
tripping. That shit came. I had the little off white fucking pajama. What do you call them? Long johns. I threw them shits in the trash. Took a little bath or shower or whatever the fuck I used to do back in the day. But yeah, that shit fucked me up. But yeah, I think I have COVID. I talked to somebody. I spoke to somebody at the gym, and this dude got it around the time that I got it with the same symptoms. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to tell you, motherfuckers.
We
It
gave
was
it to each other, huh?
shut your ass up. It wasn't that deep.
Niggas ain't
Meet
clean
the
the
meat.
machines.
Yeah.
It really wasn't that deep. Like the reason why because I got it, I remember it was September 15th. The reason why I got it, um, well, no,
You
the
was in
reason why,
Texas then, wasn't it?
well, the first week,
Oh, okay.
I was like I was still going to the gym like an idiot too. But that's one of the reasons why it's probably lasting as long as it did. But like I went and from September 15th, I said I start feeling something. And then that week passed or whatever the case is,
Oh,
and I was done. But then like I went pause. And then I went to the gym and I'm sitting there doing bench press and shit like that. And I already had like the sniffles. So like it the post nasal drip. Then I started realizing I kept coughing and shit like that. And it's a sinus infection at this point in time. So I went online. I'm like, yo, sinus infections can ruin your sense of smell temporarily as well. And sinus infections are very hard to get rid of. So it takes a little bit. So overall, like it's been a month. And as long as I keep taking them Mucinex or whatever the case is, like as long as I have like the moisture or whatever the case is, it just looks like it won't go away until I just dry out my sinuses. Is what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, I stopped taking it. I went and did leg day, which weakened me. And then you go to the gym. It's humid. It's raining right now, and it'll be 60 degrees from now on until next week. It's a 70. Next week it'll be 74 instead. But other than that, we're gonna close this shit out. This is the longest I've ever did a podcast, at least in the. I figured it was such a big thing. You know why I did this? I thought about it. I was like, yo, I feel like this is going to be a decent podcast to talk about people stopping the fucking corporate cap. Um, and then I wanted to kind of show you guys that I'm not a fanboy. I like all games, but I do prefer a console, which is okay. And then wanted to address the Metroid and shit like that. But thank you guys so much for, uh, coming in and seeing what's good and stuff like that. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and I want y'all motherfuckers to know I'm
Do you
not a
say?
Nintendo capper.
Oh, no, you are.
I'm a Metroid capper.
big difference. Big
Yeah,
difference.
my email address is named after Kirby because Kirby's Dream Land 2, that shit was fucking fire to me,
Yeah, that
yo.
shit was fire.
Music, everything. But yeah, we out. Yo, appreciate it. We'll be back next week.